Okay, here we go. Broadcasting live, this is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. With your hosts, Honest Abe and Adam K. the Brewmeister. Listen to the show anywhere in the free world at KMATalkRadio.com.
I like to smoke them like some Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar, yeah. My cigar.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live in lovely West Palm Beach, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good morning.
Welcome. On this, the
Do you know the date? I didn't think so.
19th.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking about looking at your headset first.
I know. As soon as I tell Adam to do something, that's it. He shuts down. He's in the middle of talking. I just need a little more volume in my headset. No, what's the...
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, can I reach over and talk at the mic at the same time?
Can.
No, of
You're
course not.
guy.
Yeah, my arms aren't that long. They are long, but not that long.
It's kind of been a nice month without Paul.
I know, it's crazy, right?
I think we should make a regular thing of this.
Well, he did say after he wasn't able to print a wheel yesterday, it was nice working with you, and, well, see, I'm sure
we
I'm
have
fine.
no wheel for the show?
Yeah, because he sent me the wheel, the old wheel, not the new wheel, and he could not update the new wheel because he couldn't get his computer to work.
I'll have to adjust his payroll for Monday.
Wow. Yes.
This is an incomplete week. Incomplete week. You know what incomplete week gets you?
Half pay?
Incomplete pay.
Incomplete.
That's my running motto.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we are here. Our special guest today, and our Meet Your Maker is going to be Mr.
Is he special?
Short bus special.
I was trying to determine.
I didn't bring my helmet, though.
A very special guest.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you have a couple of helmets from your time in the military service.
This is true.
I know.
I've seen him.
Mm.
Yes.
Do they give you a lot? Do they make you pay for the helmets, or do they just give them to you?
No.
So the taxpayers take care of that for you.
It's called a...
Yeah, it's equipment.
Yeah. What do they call it?
Equipment.
Yeah, no, but there's a word for that.
Issue.
Issued, yeah. It's government issued.
Gotta love government issued.
You might want to introduce the sexy morning voice.
Yes, of Mr. David Blanco of Blanco Cigars. David, thank you for being here today.
What an honor and a pleasure to be here again.
An honor. Holy cow, man. We're throwing some big words around this morning. Special,
Don't
honor.
ask me to spell it.
What? We'll make sure to try not to. So now, we were talking before the show, and you've been on the road now for 9 weeks.
Yes, sir. This is the final day. Tomorrow, actually, well, I guess tomorrow. We actually head home tomorrow, but it's the last full day.
And home is where?
Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, the other coast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make it home. 9 long weeks. And I'm ending it with you, Abe, because that's how special you
Save
are
the
to me.
best for last.
That's right. I'm going to do an event at your shop later today.
That's
Pompano?
really just a long time. Nine.
You're telling me.
weeks.
It wasn't supposed to be. I was supposed to have a week break in there, or 8-9 days, but the hurricane came.
Now, how often do you do like a tour duty like that?
I don't do this long. I usually do, if I do a long one, it's 5 weeks. And I do that maybe once a year when I go to Europe because take advantage of
Right,
being
you're
there for
already
the
there.
trade show.
Of course.
And then I'll maybe do 2 weeks here, 2 weeks here, and I do that constantly. Maybe 2 weeks on the road a month. But this time I was in Nicaragua for 2 weeks. Then I was supposed to do a few days in Dominican, come home for 8-9 days, and then go to Europe for 5 weeks. The hurricane hit, if you remember, in the beginning of September.
Absolutely.
And so I thought it was going to be, 1-2 day delay. And the next thing I know, it just sat there, as everybody is aware, in the Bahamas. And I couldn't get back because everybody had to prolong their planes being rescheduled. And I ended up staying there almost 2 weeks in the DR.
Now you're married, yeah?
No.
Oh, you're not?
I'm happily divorced.
Oh, no wonder you're smiling all the time.
That's right. That's right.
Holy cow. Kids?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it a little bit easier.
Brilliant. Yeah, I love that one. Yes, it's true. I couldn't do this if I had kids.
That makes it a little bit easier. I mean, I get stories of guys hitting the road like that, and they got like kids and wives.
Yeah, but I'm getting older, bro. It's just.
How old are you now?
I on this trip I turned 48. I was in.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Gronau, Germany. I turned 48.
Oh, so you're my elder. Not by much.
Brother.
Not by much. I turned 48 in about 2 months.
Oh, happy birthday, brother.
Not by much.
We'll have a
3
smoke
months.
together.
3 months?
3 months.
See, Adam knows when my birthday is better than I do. That's
what I'm here for.
A little bit scary.
Yeah, somebody's got to have their hands on everything for you.
What do you got going on today? This weekend? It's supposed to get a lot of rain.
Yeah, especially with the tropical depression cruising over the northern part of the state, it's just going to rain a little bit. But I'm going to go home and take a nap because I had to work till 2 last night.
Why?
Now that calls for
I
a
thought
beer.
the guy showed up.
No, he did, but I didn't have anybody else that I could get to come in.
Oh, you still work till close?
Yeah.
Yeah, I left them last night.
What a trooper.
And I was like, dude, go home and get some sleep.
What a trooper.
I do what I can.
Hey,
Got to do what's good for the cause.
he's all right. Remind me to give you a $10 bonus this week.
Thanks.
Go buy yourself something nice, kid.
Sweet.
I will get myself a nice pack of gum and maybe a Snickers bar.
Now, you're originally from my hometown.
Yeah, you mean my hometown? I'm older than you.
That's
Ha
right.
ha! You see what I did right there? I was there
Yes,
before you were.
Yes, you were. Where were you born?
North. I was like 15 minutes from you, bro.
Which hospital?
I was born on Lakeshore Drive at Weiss Memorial Hospital.
Oh,
in
nice.
Lakeshore Drive in Lawrence.
Look at you.
Yeah.
I was born in Cook County General Trauma Center.
Were you Cook County?
Cook County General Hospital is where I
Okay,
was born.
so I was a Chicago Fire paramedic.
For those who know, that's where ER was. That was the hospital that ER
Oh,
was,
I know.
took place in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cook County General.
My last years on the fire department, my ambulance was 4 blocks from there on Levitt and Madison, right by the United Center. So that was
Wow.
my primary hospital that I was probably there 20 times a day on the ambulance.
Wow, where'd you grow? How long were you there before you moved out of Chicago?
Oh, I lived in Chicago 40 years. 9
No
years.
kidding.
9 years ago.
So
well, 8
you're
years.
a recent Floridian.
Yeah, 2010.
Oh wow.
Yeah. When
Okay.
Rahm Emanuel decided to run for mayor, we got out.
That's
that
funny.
was the capper right there.
What part of Illinois were you in before you moved down here?
Oh, I was in the city my
Are
entire
you in
life.
downtown? Like
No,
city proper? or-
north side of the city. Wait, for those of you that know the
Yeah.
Chicagoland area,
I do. I'm asking.
I know you do.
That's what I'm asking.
I was right by you. I told you 15 minutes. Pulaski and Montrose.
Oh, that's right. Dude, I talk to a lot of people, man. I
Yeah,
know exactly
yeah.
retain everything.
That's
Pulaski and
right.
Montrose. I know exactly where that is.
You just go north of Pulaski and you
Yeah.
hit
I was
Devon.
literally 15 minutes away.
Devon, and that's your border right there, Lincoln.
Dune Dog guy?
What's that?
Not Dune Dog. Super Dog?
Yeah, Super Dog, absolutely.
Super Dog.
Yeah, man. Wayland Pool? Did you ever go to Wayland Pool?
You know, I wasn't much of a pool player until I got to college. One of my
No,
college.
pool. Like
Swimming?
water.
Nah, hell no.
Wayland Pool is right around the corner at the Forest Preserve from the Super Dog. That's why I asked you.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, I lived a little bit further north. I lived in Niles.
Oh, I thought you were Lincolnwood guy.
No. I lived in Niles.
Oh, okay.
I lived a little bit further north, but not far. I mean, not far from there, like 10 minutes out. But yeah.
And the Chicago geography lessons brought to you by the letter C.
Yeah, everybody's going, who the Niles,
Dude,
Lincolnwood? What the hell are we talking
I
about?
got news to you. We have a big Chicago listenership.
Awesome.
We do.
Go Cubs.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Northsider, got to do it, man.
I'm a Northsider.
I know, but
There's
half,
only one team.
half the guys from Chicago listening probably are from the South Side. They're going, mother.
It's okay, you can curse on the show.
Yeah,
So you go back often?
I don't. I haven't been back that often. I've just been too busy. I am going, however, in the beginning of November.
I took my kids. Well, I mean, they've been there a couple times. We went this summer. I took them to the first game at Wrigley, though.
I saw.
Didn't even recognize it.
I know. I used to sit in the
Didn't even
outfield.
recognize it.
I was an outfield bleacher bum, and they put the World Series flag where I sat. And there wasn't even seats. What they were the little cages
Right.
on the steps
Yeah,
of cement.
Yeah, I know.
I used to sit in that exact spot, and I came back because I knew they redid the bleachers, and I was like, I'm going to go back and sit where I sat, and there was the flagpole was there.
Did you see what they did to the rooftops?
Oh yeah, they changed everything.
The rooftops are now like bleachers.
Oh, I know.
So when you're sitting in the stadium
Yep.
and you're looking out, it looks like the bleachers just keep
Keep
going,
going.
up, but it's really across the street on top of another roof. It's crazy.
So I'll bring you back to the fire department thing again. 'Cause
Yes.
I mentioned that already. I used to get detailed to the firehouse behind Wrigley.
Oh, really?
And work ambulance 6 right there. It's engine 78. And I used to play ball in the street when me and the other firemen, we go out and we throw the football around and while the games are going on. We just wait for the alarms to go off, and it was just like a party during the summer there. It was absolutely believable. But now going back and looking at it compared to what it was back then, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, they have thrown. I gotta give it to the Ricketts family.
It looks like
They have put a
downtown
lot of money.
Chicago now. When you, I mean,
Yeah.
literally, when you used to go to Wrigley Field, it's like, oh wow, I'm in a neighborhood. Where's there a ballpark? And all of a sudden, there it was, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like you think you're
Well,
downtown
they
Chicago.
built that. Remember, there was right next to the stadium. There was a parking lot.
Yeah.
That's all gone. They
All
got
gone.
that big sell everything in that building.
Yep.
I mean,
The
that's
McDonald's is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all gone. Yeah.
unbelievable.
But yeah,
As long as the Cubby Bear still stands,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and the Metro right down the
Exactly.
street. I saw so many bands at the Metro. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
there's no way Cuddy Bear would ever go
Everybody's
anywhere.
going to be like, this whole show's about Chicago. I've never been there. I don't know what the hell they're
I
talking
gotta
about.
reminisce, you know.
I know.
Anytime you see a hometown guy, you gotta reminisce a little bit.
I listen, Ferris Bueller's Day Off was my life, except I didn't have a friend with a real nice
Ferrari.
Because I went to school down the street from Wrigley, about 2 miles at Lane Tech.
Did you cut? Oh, I know Lane Tech. Very well.
Absolutely. I used to cut class. Back then, I was in high school when they were putting up the lights. So it was like my junior year. So we would cut class. We'd all go to school for half the day, and we'd have a lunch period, and then we would get on the bus or walk because the game started at 1:05. So we'd go to school half the day and watch the Cubs the other half of the day.
I used to when I was a junior. I think I was senior year, but I had last period free, and the attendance system that they had for class was brilliant. It was basically the teacher would look, see who was missing. They had these little square cutouts, pieces of paper, like they cut a big sheet of paper in like the 8 little squares. Mm-hmm. They would write the names of the missing kids. Then there was a little hook tab by the door, and they put it on there.
And you just
one kid who worked the office that would volunteer.
Yeah.
You know, he either got some kind of tuition or something, so he was an office assistant. During that period, they had one kid every period that would walk around to every classroom and pull the slips to see who was in the class. They'd take it back and they'd find out who didn't show up for class, whatever.
Oh, we could fix that.
Absolutely. What a dumb system. So I'll tell you a funny story. I can say it now. It was one of the Shriner brothers, but one of them is in radio. He did a career in communications, and he's out in Tampa, actually. I got to look him up and let you know. You might know him, but
yeah.
He studied communications. He was doing radio back then in high school, and obviously made a career out of it. And he's out in Tampa, but he was the guy that collected the slips. So I would just say to him, "Hey man, there's a Cubs game this afternoon. Just cross my name off the list," and they would do it.
Yeah.
And they would never know you played hooky, and I'd go down to the Skokie Swift, catch the L, go catch game.
Too easy.
Yeah.
I had a lot easier. I was right there in Addison already.
You had it a little easier to go.
So I literally sat, and then the show came out, the movie came out, Ferris Bueller,
Right.
and I was like,
My
son
life.
of I was like, going downtown to the
Someone
parade.
was watching you and made your life, made your unauthorized autobiography.
I wish.
That's
but
funny.
that was all about Evanston. So those are the rich kids that lived in Evanston.
That's what, I wasn't all rich.
Nah, that's how we from the kids in the city saw it. You're like, they live in Evanston.
If you were on the lake, you were, but as soon as you went a little further out.
Yeah,
but
unless you lived on Rogers Park on the Chicago side. That's a little rougher.
Yeah.
And I had friends that lived there. It was a little rough.
Ravenswood.
I'm not too far from Ravenswood. Jeez.
But yeah, my family had a grocery business in Evanston, right by. A little further away from Northwestern, but yeah.
Yeah,
Good
man.
time.
It's another life, man. Chicago's changed. Everybody's changed. I mean, you go to New York, you could say about any city.
Now that you're almost 50, do you not feel like that was like another, like literally, like it was a different, like when did that life happen?
Well, I'm giving up my age now. So you guys already know my birthday. This June, August, we had our 30th reunion for high school graduation. I was like, are you kidding me?
Mine's next year.
30 years.
I know.
I didn't go because I was traveling, but I was receiving all
Did you go to your 10 or 20?
I went to both.
I didn't go to my 10 or 20.
Yeah, I went to both.
I'm going to go to 30.
The 30 was kind of, and not too many people showed up. It was very low key. I mean,
that's what happens. People get less excited.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I mean,
I guess people start getting embarrassed. Like, hey, I got no hair. I'm fat now. It's stuff like that. They're like, I'm not going. I don't want anybody to see me.
That's funny.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Well, most of my high school guys, like when I went to Chicago, I got together with 4 or 5 of my football players I hadn't seen in 30 years. Wow. Some years, yeah. So that was probably pretty cool.
We were spending this whole show talking about Chicago. That's hilarious.
It's all right. That's what we do. We talk.
Exactly.
Cool.
This is
That's
just a talking show. It's a talk show, so we are talking. Yes.
True.
We are doing
Hey,
that thing.
shout out to all our cigar guys in Chicago. We love you guys. We do.
Yes. Absolutely.
Go Cubs.
Especially the ones that bear the winter and smoke outside.
You listen. Hats off to you. I am done with it. I love skiing. Water skiing. That's the only skiing I'm doing now. No more.
You don't snow ski?
Hell no.
I haven't snow skied in decades.
All right, so we're going to talk about Chicago. You know where I used to go back in the day?
Wilmot Mountain.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You beat me to the punch. Wilmot Mountain. That's it.
And then if it was literally like a mountain. It's like a little mountain. They called it a ski slope.
And then they had the moguls. Be
yeah,
careful.
right. But if you went a little further, you get to Alpine Valley, which was like the
correct. Yeah, that's for your professional skiers.
Yeah.
This is for us drunk kids that just want to go throw some skis on and pretend like we know how to ski. We go to Wilmot Mountain.
The ice river in Alpine Valley.
No kidding.
Yes, it went right through.
Wilmot Mountain.
Yes.
Does that even exist anymore?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. Wilmot Mountain.
Colin, check the Google.
Wilmot Mountain. That's a blasphemy.
I I'm surprised you pulled that out.
I used to ski.
I thought I had you for sure
No,
on that
I
one.
used
You were
to
like,
ski.
where do you go?
No, Wilmot Mountain.
God.
See, that now I know you weren't like the really,
Hell no.
bougie guy.
No,
And you
dude.
definitely would have drove up to Alpine Valley.
Yeah, no.
Jeez.
Adam's like, I'm going to go have some breakfast. I'll be back.
You guys just let me know.
We're having a bro fest
I'll
here.
have some food. Yeah.
We're getting a
Are
bromance
we going to
going.
go into the best pizza now again?
Well, we could talk about your revelation this week.
Oh, no.
No.
Don't do that.
Oh, you know about it too? How do you know about it?
You don't want me to
Told
tell you.
everybody about it.
You don't want me to tell you.
All right. Okay.
Hey, man, listen, I'm going to make you feel better. He told me about it.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
I was in the office yesterday.
I can't remember.
And I was like, you bastard.
It's just very entertaining.
Bro, come on, man. Listen, not cool. Not cool. I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game.
Moving on, man. Look, I don't want to put him over the edge.
Yeah, no
He's
shit.
having a nervous
Jesus.
breakdown. Moving on.
Gonna freak out. Oh, yeah.
Gonna
Definitely.
freak out.
Making a good joke. What can I say?
Dude, it ain't funny, man. I'm sorry.
Listen, to put it in perspective for you, I got like 3 lawsuits, a whole bunch of things going. If that was my problem in life, like it's like so solvable. It's like no big deal. I would trade problems with you like in 3 seconds. Solvable, very solvable.
All right.
Moving on. What else we got going on this show?
Absolutely.
Tell
a
us
lot
who
of
our
great
other
stuff.
guest is in here. We have a
Oh,
guest in the room.
There you go.
Do we talk, or are you just here like for entertainment watching? No, you don't want to talk?
Yes, I do.
See how
You
they-
gotta get into the mic. Get right up there.
Yeah, see this thing is called the mic.
Yeah.
It
Come
moves.
again.
Yes, bring it close to your mouth, and this part's the part you talk into.
Don't be afraid of it.
There we go.
Yes.
Morning.
Good morning, and who are we, sir?
I'm Raul Vasquez.
I like that. And Raul, what is it you do? Do you just travel with David?
Sometimes.
My entourage.
I thought you need more than one to have an entourage.
Not if you knew Raul. No, Raul's actually he's my sales associate and
Nice.
representative for Florida, Nicaragua.
I was going to
God,
say,
I
that's
haven't
a
traveled.
that's
Florida,
a big territory.
Florida, Puerto Rico, and we're also expanding. We have distribution in the Dominican Republic.
Nice.
We're doing events there and stuff, so he's going to be traveling over there as well. So
Very
he's going to
good.
Dominican.
Yes,
for us.
sir.
Dominican actually has some very decent cigar shops when I traveled down there.
Absolutely.
They really
But what
do.
shocked me is when somebody called me up and said, "Hey, we'd love to import your cigars from Nicaragua to the Dominican Republic." I'm like, "What? You guys we ran out of cigars over there? What? They're tired of." I don't want to say they're tired, but they smoke a lot of obviously Dominican cigars, and they want something different. So they're looking at Nicaragua because all the buzz is about Nicaragua right
Everybody
now.
likes variety.
That's it.
Everybody likes variety.
I guess they got Dominican coming out of their ears. They want to try something different, and so they're looking for Nicaragua. And
So-
it's definitely a different profile
No, it's what I
for the
doubt.
most part.
Now, how would you say the Dominican market is different than the American market? Or what are some things that
Or any
people
of the
don't
Central
realize?
American
Or
markets.
They
Yeah.
are
Or actually any of the international markets.
are
I mean,
also,
take that.
I mean, it depends
Well,
when you were
there's-
in Germany
there's-
too. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys about Europe in a minute. But the Dominican market is similar to the Puerto Rican market in the regards that it's culturally part of their lifestyle to smoke cigars, like Cubans smoke cigars.
Right.
So the island people, and I say island people, Cuban, Dominican, Nicaraguan, and most of the others, where they were producing cigars and tobacco, premium tobacco, it's part of their culture. You go to Central America, not so much. You know, Nicaraguans, Hondurans, believe it or not, Mexico, cigars were never part of their culture, premium cigars.
Right.
But in the Caribbean, absolutely. So I will say they have a thriving market in those island countries for consumption, more than I thought there would be. And believe it or not, I mean, I spent some time. I didn't spend too much time in the Dominican up until this trip. I've gone a couple times. It's more money over there than I thought there was. There's a lot of money over there. I mean, the development, obviously Punta Cana, everybody
Right.
knows
Well,
that.
they got resorts. They got
Yeah.
some solid resorts
But
there.
it's the solid resorts have people who live there permanently now. They're not just like snowbirds and stuff who visit their house in the Dominican. They're permanent residents there with a lot of money.
Well, I'm telling you.
And a shit ton of motorcycles.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're European or
They
you
got
know,
direct flights from. You ready? They got direct flights from Moscow. Moscow directly to what's that? Casa de Campo, which is
Yeah.
the most exclusive area. So I mean, that's a lot of money.
I mean, also, I mean, if you're American or European, and you know you get to that point in life where, hey, look, my kids are growing up, I'm retired, and you got a little bit of a stash in our life, you can go down there and live very well.
Yeah.
You know, with the conversion of the money rate, and
Absolutely.
I know a few guys who've done that. They just said, you know, sure, I'm going to move
Why
to
not?
Dominican, yeah.
Why not?
Take. You know, you don't need relatively gazillions of dollars, and you can go there and live there, very wealthy, you know, with a very decent life.
Yep.
So
And it never snows.
it never snows. You're an anti-snow guy too.
I'm
huh?
done, man. I shoveled so much, bro.
I can't. You know what? Honestly,
You got down here way earlier than I did.
the cold doesn't bother me at all.
No, it bothers me.
No, cold doesn't bother me. I actually like the cold. I like seeing women in winter clothing. I miss the bombers and the Irma. It's a fashion you don't see anymore.
Yeah.
And cold doesn't bother me. You get cold, you put another jacket on, you put gloves on. But snow, can't stand snow. The shoveling, the salt, the grime, the floorboards in your car. Your pants are always wet at the bottom of the,
Yep, get the salt stains.
I mean, yeah, salt stains everywhere. It's just snow is
I don't like it.
awful.
Damn, I'm done, man.
Snow looks beautiful for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I worked. When you work in
5
it,
minutes, then it becomes slush.
when you actually work in it, that's when it even gets worse.
Oh.
And I, so you heard me say it already. I was with the Chicago Fire Department. I was a deputy sheriff for Cook County before that. I've worked in the city, in the snow.
Yeah.
In the,
Do
I'm
not
done.
miss snow. I can't fathom. I think it's because I just don't know any other way. Because now that I've been in Florida, over 20 years, I just can't fathom like my family and the people just like they still stay there.
I know.
Who would want to go through that
I don't know.
4 months a year?
I didn't realize
That's
I had
1/3
depression.
of the year they got to deal with that crap. Who wants to do that?
I didn't realize I had depression, but I only realized it when I moved here.
That it was depression.
That it was,
Yeah.
that October stuff
Yeah.
where people start getting
Yeah, yeah.
depressed. I would always get angry, like, man, summer's over, and now I got to deal with this. When I got down here, it was October, November, December, and I'm like, every day it's sunny and warm.
The only problem
I'm
is
happy.
you lose track of where you are in a year.
Yeah.
I've been here 20 years.
I
I
agree.
still forget.
Yeah.
I really kind of still
There's
forget.
no change.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
I walk in a store and I see like the Christmas. Oh, wow, we close to Christmas already?
When the stuff's out in the store.
Yeah. You start
That's it.
seeing the Christmas lights and stuff. So,
Back to Chicago. Went full circle again.
well, I think it's going to be a revolving theme. We have to shout out to the Kentucky cigar guys, though.
Absolutely.
Because Rando's watching. And,
Randy
yeah.
Bush, the man, the myth, the legend, the Ash King.
Is it me, or does every time I say Randy Bush, I get hungry?
Okay, I'm not touching that one.
Look, 'cause I
There's
just
too
think
many
of awesome-
directions to
No,
go
I think
there.
of awesome. Well, he sent me a nice, awesome meat package. And
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, he's into that.
And then I've been buying from one of the companies that he's associated with, Feed the Party. I mean, it's great steaks. But
Absolutely.
like every time I think about it,
He's out there cooking.
I
He's
want to
putting
go
the
grill
stuff-
something. I
Yeah,
just got
he's on
hungry.
Facebook doing that all
Yep.
the time, and I'm
I
like,
just got hungry.
dude.
So.
Yeah.
And there's a division now of Red Meat Lovers Club up in Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing an event, or he already did an event, or it's coming up.
I knew he was open
They
in New
did
York.
one in Nashville. And
I know
got
he
one
was doing
coming
New
in
York.
Kentucky.
He did
Randy
New York.
Bush getting airtime. My
Oh,
man.
hey.
He's a good guy.
Anybody who's a red meat lover, bro,
Yeah.
got to support.
He knows what he means to me. He's a good buddy. He's been out of Nicaragua to the factory with me. He's a great guy.
Red Meat Lover is going to go like completely national. I think in about 3 to 5 years. There'll be a chapter like in every major city.
I mean, who doesn't love meat
That's
and
what I'm
getting
saying.
together?
It's
The
great.
vegans.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I got nothing against the vegan. Why don't you just let me enjoy my meat?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that either.
Well, we could talk to that story and use it with tobacco. I don't mind people that don't smoke. Just let me smoke my cigar someplace away from you, but let me do it
Do you hear
legally.
propaganda is now smoke free.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's a local bar that's been around forever. It was Sarah Lyman, who used to work for us, bartender. She said, I never thought, she just made a post yesterday, I never thought I'd say this, but propaganda now is smoke free.
Huh.
And I guess it's a big thing. I'm not into the bar scene for like
No,
a
no,
long
I'm
time
not either.
down here,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's, I guess, a famous bar. Where is it? Delray? Propaganda?
Lake Worth.
Lake Worth is a famous bar in Lake Worth, I guess, whatever. And so again, you see all the people came out. Oh yeah, great. It's about time people can go outside. And I'm like, you have the choice of just not going to that bar.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Why is that not an option for these people? You have a choice of just saying, hey,
Don't get me started on politics, bro.
There is smoking
Please.
here, so I
if
won't
there's
go
a
there.
restaurant I don't like their food, guess what? I don't go, hey, get a better chef, make better food. What do I say?
I'm not going.
I don't go there. Let's go eat somewhere else. If I go to a bar and they allow smoking, and this is a smoking bar, why do I want to make them change the rules? I just go to another bar.
I refuse
But why
to talk
is that not-
politics.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
Well, dude, that's a lot of our show sometimes.
Well, I'll talk politics, FDA stuff, but what you're talking about is bigger than FDA. You're talking about where we are. At the
I'm talking about
planet.
humanity.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about politics.
Well-
This is the human race and how humans have become.
No. It's not, because I travel the world and I've seen other countries, and it's all based by your outlook on what the government's view and job is in your life.
Listen, what is my intolerance of other people to do what they want to do has to do with the government?
Because the government, no, you're not getting me there, man. You're sucking me in, and I'm
I'm
not
not
going to do it.
sucking you in. I just got a serious question because I believe this is a personal problem.
Okay,
I believe this
you
is a
use
problem
the
in
word
society that people now have become.
I agree.
Where they think that what they believe is how everybody should live.
I agree.
Okay, but how is that governmental?
Okay, well, it just so happens the name of the bar you're talking about is called propaganda.
Yes.
How convenient.
I get it.
Okay, it's called propaganda, and media puts it out there, and they steer people, and social media does it too, by the way. What is tolerable? What shouldn't be intolerable? What's acceptable? What's not acceptable? Who's out of bounds? Who's not? They're constantly telling you what the right thing to think is.
So what you're saying is that people have gotten brainwashed.
Yes, yeah, and it's not obvious all the time, and it's not overt all the time, but hints are dropped all the time, and we can see that in politics today. That bleeds over into everything, like smoking. Smoking is, not bad, not good for you, and we have our legislature legislating things into our industry that were meant for the cigarette business, but because the word tobacco is in there, we suddenly fall into the same category all the time.
Listen, we're both talking about the same thing, but I think mine stems a little bit deeper, right? Because I really don't care about the political side of it. Like, I'll give you an example, right? I'm not a vapor. I don't like vaping.
I'll give you one word. It's called entitlement, and that's the
Probably
generation
some
we're in.
form of entitlement, yes.
And this is propagated in some way, shape, or form, in some ways,
but
by the government.
I don't
hate saying that.
I don't care for vaping. I'm not a vapor.
Mm-hmm.
I think the vaping people are more addicted than any other form of
I agree.
thing. Because, like, even when you smoke cigarettes, you go outside, you have a break, you smoke a cigarette for 3 minutes, it's over, and you're done. And you don't deal. These guys are walking around with these things in their mouths all day, sitting on a toilet, doing it, blowing out these.
I'm not watching them on the toilet, bro, but if you say so.
I'm telling you.
Every 5 minutes.
My wife uses a vape. She's got it in her hand. Yep, she's got it in her hand all the time. And it's like everywhere they go. And I think it's worse. But you want to know what? Not my problem.
No, listen. This is why we're in America. Do what you want to do. That's right.
But they're out there making like a holy crusade. Like they need to save the universe. Save them from what? Save them from alcohol. You want to save people from McDonald's.
Listen, man.
Right?
Big government's outlook on things is we have to save you from yourself because you're too stupid to know better.
But the people have bought into it, and now they're thinking, oh yeah, well, vaping's dangerous.
That's right.
Yeah, so is crossing the street. So is living in L.A. So is living, I mean, there are dangerous things in his life, and if somebody chooses that they want to vape, that's what they want to do.
Everybody's an adult
no
here.
different than a guy who wants to drink, eat at McDonald's.
Put his seatbelt on, put a helmet on, or not put a helmet on, right? I mean, you see what I'm saying?
That for me is borderline.
What does it matter if I wear a helmet or not?
Listen to me, because not the motorcycle helmet, but seatbelts. Because I'm going to tell you why. I'm not a seatbelt wearer, even though, but I can understand the point because I got in an accident, and as the driver, I lost complete control of the car because I was in
bro.
I was in the passenger floor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get thrown.
I was in the passenger floor when my car had smashed into the wall, and then the steering wheel was locked the other way. So after I smashed into the wall, my car veered across the 4 lanes of Lakeshore Drive.
Oh Jesus.
Yes. Well, my feet were up in the air. My head was.
I wish I had video of this.
Yeah, had I been, well, thank God, nobody rammed me after the car going across the 4 lanes. But had I been at the wheel and able to still control the car, it would have been better. So the seatbelt.
So you learned your lesson.
No, but seatbelts. but listen, when a law really has a purpose to protect others and whatever, it's different, right?
Yes, I agree. And when it's others,
they're not protecting anybody from vaping.
I agree,
Who are they
man.
protecting from vaping?
Listen, we're all adults here. This is
It's a
America.
joke.
It's a free country. As long as you're not affecting anybody else's rights to do anything, I don't care. That's where I call myself a conservatarian.
I think the government.
You ever heard that before?
No, that's a new one. What is that? A conservatarian.
I am fiscally conservative. I'm socially libertarian. Libertarians believe do whatever the hell you want as long as it doesn't affect anybody else or everybody else, right? Conservatively, I'm about small government. Get the government out of the way. In a
You should start a new movement.
In a coined phrase, it would be, listen, do what you want. You have all the rights to do what you want and privileges, and we're not going to interfere with anything you want. The minute you ask me to pay for your privilege to do something, now I get a right to say about something about it.
I completely agree with that.
That's why that's conservatarian. Conservative.
Is this a real party or you just create
No,
this?
I put conservative and libertarian together. I'm
You should start
conservatarian.
one. You should start it.
There you go.
Listen,
Anybody wants to join a conservatarian group, call David Blanco.
Listen, make some T-shirts. You're already on the road. You're already on the road 9 weeks in a row. Go campaign.
I'm running. That's it, guys. I'm announcing it here on Kiss My Ash Radio.
Listen, I like conservatarian better than democratic socialism. I mean, what the hell is that crap?
No, man, I can't.
Conservatarian. What do you feel like? Could you be a conservatarian?
I could do that. Yeah.
I could do that too.
Yeah. Well, I think
makes sense.
the biggest point of what everybody's trying to say in here is don't take away my right to choose what I want to do.
That's right. But then everybody's, well, I got the right to do this, I got the right to do that. I'm asking for public funds to do it. Oh, wait a minute now.
Yep.
This is where we change the scales here. And I would think most of our founding fathers would fall in the category of conservatarian.
I like that.
I think they would.
I'm telling you, start making shirts and bumper stickers.
Brilliant!
Conservatarianism for all.
There you go. You guys heard it here first. Dave Blanco to conservatarian.
All right, there we
If
go.
our forefathers were still alive today, they'd be conservatarians.
Yes.
There's your tagline.
It's the truth.
There's your tagline.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a short little break. We'll come back with more with David Blanco of Blanco Cigars here on KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too!
Yes, it's mandatory.
Experience the new Henry Clay Warhawk, a robust and complex cigar that's inspired by the rebellious roots of Henry Clay. The first of a 3-part series honoring the life of the great statesman, this cigar is made with the best tobaccos grown and hand-rolled by the Grupo de Maestros at La Flor de Copan in Honduras. And it's not your typical Connecticut. This is a Henry Clay. Stand up, be different, and smoke a Warhawk. Surgeon General warning, cigar smoking can cause cancer to the mouth and throat even if you do not inhale.
Hello, this is Glenn Case, owner of Christoph Cigars. Smoking a cigar is all part of the experience. For me, there's nothing better than gathering with friends after an amazing steak dinner and smoking my GC Signature Series paired with a fine glass of scotch. Good conversation and a few laughs is always better when smoking Christoph. Start enriching your downtime. Go to Christoph.com and click on the Discover Your Christoph tab to find the Christoph cigars that are right for you. Upgrade your downtime with Christoph.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Hey, this is Clay from La Polina Cigar Company. My likes and dislikes: long walks in the park, old school gangster films, wrestling grizzly bears with Abe. Dislikes: smelly feet, flight attendants with an attitude, and Friday afternoon traffic. What I know you will like is the La Polina family of fine cigars, such as Mr. Sam, Bronze Label, and our highly rated Classic Series. But let's not forget the limited edition Goldie. Quality forever. La Polina Cigars.
Plasencia Cigars has been one of the world's leading growers of first-class tobacco since 1865. Today, Nestor Plasencia Sr., together with the 5th generation of the Plasencia family, continue the legacy. With over 3,000 acres of quality tobacco fields, they are makers of quality cigars, including Alma Fuerte, ranked among the top 10 cigars in major publications. Find them in your local premium tobacconist stores around the country. Plasencia Cigars, perfected for more than 150 years. Yours to enjoy now.
Looking for something unique and awesome? Smoke Oscar Valderas cigars. 2012 Connecticut, 2012 Corojo, 2012 Maduro, the Oscar Habano, the Oscar Maduro, My Way, and our latest creation, Oscar Valderas Cicerone Edition. A great cigar that comes in 5 different collectible boxes with an amazing exclusive artwork. Remember, Oscar has something unique and awesome waiting for you. Ask for Oscar Cigars in your favorite cigar shop.
Keep the party going all week long at the world-famous Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach. Every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, enjoy $3 premium drinks from the bar till midnight. Magnum Mondays means $100 magnums of Belvedere and Moët Brut until midnight. Get your thrills every $10 Tuesday with $10 dances all day and night. Ladies, don't miss Women Crush Wednesdays with half off your cover charge. No matter the time of day, it's always a good time at Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too!
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio. I'm Adam K, the Brewmeister. We are broadcasting live here in lovely West Palm Beach, Florida, on this Saturday in the wonderful month of October, getting ready for Halloween.
Nice and warm.
I tried to put a last-minute Halloween costume together. I was not having an easy time.
Oh, really?
Well, my son got himself a Miles Morales outfit, which he looks pretty badass in. It's actually, it looks like a little Miles Morales. I'll show you a picture. It's a pretty good costume. And I was looking for like a big white suit so I can go as Kingpin.
Ooh.
Couldn't find one. You can find a lot of colors in my size, but white, not one of them. I'm still gonna look.
Just get something and bleach it.
That's the option too. Yeah, but
Brilliant!
I need like an ascot, a big white jacket, purple pants. You know, the cane's easy. The pip cane's easy. But yeah, I thought if I went around as Kingpin with him, you know, during
That would work.
Halloween,
That'd be pretty cool.
Be pretty badass. I already got the hair for it. Oh, he missed it.
Brilliant! There you go, I got you.
Okay. Anyway, now it's time for what we consider to be our favorite part of the show.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
It's time to meet your maker.
This week, KMA Talk Radio is pleased to welcome David Blanco of Blanco Cigars back to the show. The Blanco Cigar Company was founded in the 1998. However, the family's history and roots into the tobacco industry can be traced back to Cuba and their cousins of 80 years, the Plasencia family. David, welcome back to KMA Talk Radio.
There you go. Shout out to the Plasencias.
Absolutely.
Big part of our business here, and big part of the Blanco family of cigar manufacturing, because we work out of their factory.
Do you pop down to the Era offices and to the brewery when you're here, or when you're in Miami?
Yeah, I haven't gone to the brewery.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had time. I'm always working. That would count. I have free time to go have a beer or something. I really don't.
Well, you can take a meeting at their offices. It's right there. And, we're having a meeting and we have to walk over.
I might, since I'm going to Miami tomorrow, maybe I'll have to arrange it. Well, it's Sunday. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it
is.
Do it on Sunday. No, they won't meet me on Sunday.
They won't meet you, but you can still go to the brewery.
Yeah, it's true. I could go to the brewery. Maybe we'll go to the brewery. What do you think, Raul?
Yes, sir.
Now that calls for a beer.
He's a man full of words.
I know. Hey, listen. Don't cross him though. You won't even hear it coming.
Unfortunately, now is what has become the unwritten standard of the show. Our audience would like to know what accomplishments you've done by 5 years old.
By 5 years old.
I thought Adam would get a kick out of that.
Oh my goodness gracious!
We'll talk about it after the show, but that seems to be a big chatter. They like to know, what have you done by the age of 5?
I have stopped urinating my pants by the age of 5, obviously.
That bar has just been a little bit lower than our guest from last week.
Jeez, who was it last week?
And let's move on.
Okay. Moving right along.
Moving right along.
So yeah, do tell us now. So you're growing up in Chicago, right? We had a little Chicago boning. You're in Lane Tech. Where do you go to college?
UIC.
UIC.
Actually, I went to a bunch of places, actually, because I ran out of money. First, I went to Loyola.
You went to Loyola? I went to Loyola.
I ran out of money after 2 semesters.
I went to Loyola for, I think, half a year.
I lasted longer than you did.
Yeah, I went to IU for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Loyola was my attempt, my brainwashed attempt that I had to finish college, right?
At a big name university?
Well, I went to Indiana right out of high school.
Oh,
so I was in Indiana University for 2.5 years, and then kind of didn't want to go back. And then my parents were like, you gotta go to school, so I ended up going, because I'm living in Chicago.
It's close.
I went to Loyola.
Right
I tried that for half a semester to continue. Just wasn't really interested. I just wanted to work.
I
kept getting jobs and working, and it just wasn't my shtick.
I actually, I went through college, but it took me a long time to finish because I was a working adult, like you were just discussing. I was still in sheriff's department, fire department. I didn't graduate college until many years.
I didn't finish.
You never did?
No.
I did. It took me.
I got 3 years in. I never finished.
It took me 11 years.
Maybe when I retire and I got nothing better to do.
Took me 11 years, bro.
And I might go get my remaining credits just to say I got a college diploma. Diploma.
I never quit at anything.
I never finished.
Took me 11 years. I had 3 majors. I finished them all.
I never looked at it like I quit.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was a choice. I just wasn't interested.
Yeah, but I had so much time invested. I was like, I got to see this through. I got to just get the piece of paper. Say it's done.
What happened was the first 2 years I was in college, I accumulated a lot of debt, right? Because now you start getting credit cards, you're up till 3 in the morning, you're buying pizzas, you're buying beer, you're doing whatever else you're doing. And then, toward the end of my sophomore year and that summer and going into my junior year, I I started getting good jobs. I started making good money, and people started paying me to do something.
Why do I need the school thing?
And I started making my own money, my own ideas, my own companies. My first company was a graphics company out of my own. And I'm starting to say to myself, well, let me get this straight. You know, the 2 years, all he's managed to seem to do is accumulate debt.
Yeah.
And now I'm making good money. And I said, isn't that kind of the whole purpose of college?
Yeah.
And I tried to push myself. That was what that half semester Loyola was. You know, I tried to push myself and say, let me just try to do this. But when I had choices of finishing jobs, making deadlines or whatever, or doing homework,
the money was more important.
I was making the money. So I just stopped. You know, I wasn't interested.
I was doing civil service jobs and then doing school on the side. So I was doing both. And I was getting some of the school paid for, obviously, so it wasn't that big of a financial issue. But it just took forever because I was working full time.
Yeah, I had to pay for Loyola out of my own pocket.
Yeah, well, I did too.
My parents fronted the Indiana money, but when I opted not to go back, you're on your own. You're done. you better go figure out how to survive. Because if you want to be a student,
not cheap.
We're not paying anything.
So you said you had 11 years and 3 majors. What were the 3 majors?
Criminal justice, political science, and paramedic medicine.
Okay, then.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted to be a cop, and I had military background, and I was like, well, maybe I want to go federal, and maybe I'll do something.
Have you already been in the military?
Yeah, I joined out at
18.
This is 30th anniversary today of me signing at the age of 18.
Is it today?
Well, actually, it's the last day of it's the 365th day. So tomorrow's the anniversary for day 1.
Well,
so,
thank you so much for your service.
30 years. I can't even believe I'm saying that.
So what made you go? Were your parents in the military? What made
my
you?
Father, yeah. My uncle, my brother, my grandfather. Yeah, we have family in generations.
So military is in your blood.
Yeah.
So you knew pretty much before 18 you were probably going to serve.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And what branch did you sign up for?
Army.
And then
the only branch. No.
Wait, we got a Marine in the next office. Let's bring him in.
I'll talk slowly so he can understand.
Oh no! Oh, he just didn't.
My brother was a Marine. Don't worry.
Oh no!
Shots fired.
Actually, Raul was 82nd Airborne.
Yes, sir.
Really?
I hire veterans, my friend.
Thank you for your service too, my friend. So, how long were you in the military?
Well, it depends. I mean, there's different phases. There's reserve, there's active duty.
So you
stayed
after your initial...
Yeah, so most of my time is reserve. I've done National Guard, but yeah, that's why I'm not full-time. My full-time job is my cigar company.
Right.
But I still continue to serve. As a matter of fact, part of the time I was in Europe this past 5 weeks.
You had to reenact.
I was going to bring something
up.
I
want
we
to
were
talk
talking about
that
it
because I was watching the videos. Tell us what you did.
Well, I went twice this year. June, I went the first time, and I was going to do some business, and I was like, well, I'm going to make a trip out of this. June 6th, obviously, was, well, for those of you who don't know, was the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion.
Yep.
And so I got together with a bunch of my buddies who are also retired, and they actually own a bourbon company. It's called, if you ever heard of Horse Soldier Bourbon?
I am familiar with it.
Okay. Those weren't the guys that came to the Great Smoke last year, was it?
Yes, they did. They were there, yes.
The movie was made after them, 12 Strong?
They weren't like on our regular listing, but somebody came to us at the last minute
Yes,
and we got those guys in.
They were a last minute add-on.
Yeah, they were at our Great Smoke for the first time last year.
That was, those guys, it was called Horse Soldier Bourbon because these were the guys, there you go, who were part of who the movie
You
was.
got sound bites I never knew you had. Go ahead.
That wasn't a sound bite, actually.
That's impressive.
He does have a horse in the next
That's
room.
impressive.
The movie 12 Strong was made after them. It was a movie about Vietnam.
With
Afghanistan.
Chris Hemsworth and the first guys.
That went into Afghanistan in response to 9/11 to go after the warlord. About that movie was made after them.
Really?
And they went in on horseback, which is why it's called Horse Soldier Bourbon. So those guys and I were friends. We got together. We went to Europe. Went to Normandy. They rented this humongous, I want to say a villa, but whatever you call those things over there, it was just monstrosity. It was like 800 years old.
Wow.
We had about 16, 18 guys in that place. And we all jumped. I actually jumped twice.
How many times have you jumped out of a plane?
Oh, Jesus, I don't even count anymore.
Tons of times.
Yeah, lots.
Do you remember the first time?
Oh, yeah, it was in airborne school.
I know. Were you a little freaked?
Yeah, because I think I had door position. And when you stand in the door and you're watching the world go by and looking down, that's when you got time to think about it.
And at this point, you'd never, recreationally skydived or anything.
No, not at that time, no.
Right, so this is like your first time you're jumping
18.
out of a plane.
Yeah, I was 18. Yeah.
And were you shitting your pants?
No, but I was clinching a little bit.
Did anybody just say, fuck it, and don't do it?
Yeah, that has
It
happened.
does happen,
It
really.
does happen. We usually...
Do they get discharged then, or what happens?
They will get some...
counseling?
No,
they
get a little bit more than that. On paper. Yeah, we have the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice. If you are a failure to jump, a refusal to jump, you will have charges put against, not criminal charges.
Right.
You could get
discharged.
Not necessarily discharge.
Really?
But you can get demoted. You could get you can get extra duty. You're going to serve a punishment. There's going to be a punishment for it.
So you're cleaning the latrines.
Yeah, you could be. That could be one of your punishments.
But then do they try to get him to go jump again, or they? Just
yeah.
Oh, they keep going until you jump.
Yeah.
They don't transfer him to a different branch or anything. Or...
Not unless they absolutely refuse forever and ever. I'm in to jump.
I mean, look, you really don't know whether you can do it until you get to the door. If you've never, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't know. You say I'm going to do it.
Well, we work them up to it. Airborne school, we have 3 different weeks. We have ground week, and then what's the second week?
How do you work somebody up to
tower
jumping
week.
out of a
Excuse me,
plane?
tower week.
You stand on top of a tower and jump?
Yeah. So ground week, we just have you jump from little things like 6 feet, whatever it is, and then you roll on the ground, learn how to fall. And then we say, okay, it's tower week, and then we have you jump from these doors that have bungees, and you're attached to the bungees, and you bounce down the cable. So you get used to a little bit more height. They're about 35-foot tower, 34-foot tower. And then we have what we call the Mighty Ungawa, and it basically takes you up. It's like what you see at the old Coney Island.
Ungawa.
Yeah, I think they might have had one at Coney Island one time.
Like one of those crane shooter things?
They take you up and then it's in a chute. You're in a chute, and then it releases you, and you just fall down. It's about 200, 300 feet high or something like that. And then you get used to just the landing. But it gives, so you're slowly breaking down all the barriers. So then when you get in the plane,
still different than being that many thousand feet up in the air looking down at the ground.
1,500 feet is all we jump.
Oh, that's it?
Static line. Yeah, it's static line. The minute you jump out, your chute gets ripped, and you're going. So
it
was. But this jump in June was unbelievable because it was a reenactment. So we jumped out of C-47s from World War II that actually took part in the D-Day invasion. We were in World War II uniforms to reenact it.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
And we jumped in the same drop zones. We jumped at Karatan.
Was it eerie?
It was.
Thinking of what happened there and what was going on at that moment.
Not only that, there were guys there that jumped. There's an old gentleman. I forgot his name now. He's 97 years old. He was interviewed on Fox News. He jumped tandem. And so that's a free fall. So we did our jumps. Then they spin the bird up to, I think it was 6,000 feet or something like that. And then he jumps attached to one of our instructors. And then he landed. And then Fox News was there giving a huge interview and everything else. I mean, so to shake these guys' hands, for me, this was an honor I'm jumping for them because this is probably the last year in living memory, big anniversary that these guys will be with us.
Yeah.
These guys are 94, 95, 97 years old. If they make the 80th anniversary, it's a miracle. So I wanted to jump to honor them, to be able to shake their hand, look them in their eye, and thank them for being the greatest generation and changing the world as we know it and giving us the opportunity to live in the world we have today. As much as we complain about all this nonsense that's going on politically and everything else, I mean, we could all be speaking German. That war could have gone a lot differently.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And it started with the D-Day invasion to take back Europe, June 6, 1944. So I wanted to thank them. I just went back again, obviously this past 5 weeks, because since 1944 was the big year everything happened because we moved towards Germany. September was the 75th anniversary of Operation Market Garden, which some people may not be familiar with the name.
Mm-mm.
Operation Market Garden, up until that point, was the largest airborne operation in World War II with 14,000 paratroopers dropped over Holland, Eindhoven, Nijmegen, and Arnhem. U.S. troops, British troops, and Polish troops. And I think there were some Dutch involved as well. To take back that side and go over the Rhine. The Rhine was the gateway into Germany. The Americans, the 101st Airborne took over Nijmegen and secured their area. The 82nd Airborne jumped. I'm sorry, it was the other way around, I think. Eindhoven was the 101st Airborne. Nijmegen was the 82nd Airborne. And the British and the Polish, and I think there were some Dutch troops, a few.
No French?
No, they weren't.
I know.
We're in Arnhem. Unfortunately, then there was supposed to be a ground wave to support these guys to bring up and fortify them. The British were able to hold the bridge in Arnhem for 3 days. They needed to hold it for 7, which they weren't taught. They were told they were going to get enough support.
Wow.
They ran into the Panzers division. There's just a tank division for the Germans, and they got pushed back over the bridge. And the Germans were able to reinforce. Now, if you guys want to learn more about this, you can Google it or whatever, but there was a great old war movie made about it, and you guys may have heard it. It's called A Bridge Too Far.
No.
A Bridge Too Far is about the Arnhem Bridge.
Okay.
So it'll give you all the background and all about that. So I jumped there with the NATO forces. So all of us jumped, British, Dutch. There were French in this one. All the NATO forces jumped together.
Of course, there was no war going on.
Yeah, Dutch and the British jumped, the Italians jumped, everybody jumped. And when we jump with foreign forces, we exchange wings officially. So if they jump with us, they get the American jump wings. We had 4 jumps. The last jump, Prince Charles was there, and 30,000 people were watching. I mean, It was a big deal. Yeah, it was a big deal in Europe because this is part of the liberation of Europe. And for Holland, this was the big one. And if you remember about a month or two ago, before that, it was, Paris is liberated 75 years ago. And before that, it was the D-Day thing. So in December is the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge, which is another huge one that everybody's going to. And a Band of Brothers brought that, to light pretty much. A lot of people heard about it after that. So I'm going to try to go there for that because we actually jumped in Market Garden. A gentleman from the 101st Airborne who was in the Battle of the Bulge jumped as well. Wow. So I mean, these guys I got to just hats off to them, shake their hands, and thank them for everything they've done. And what an honor to jump in the same ground, like you said, goosebumps.
Yeah,
my
I can't
Lord,
imagine.
man.
All
It's
I
unbelievable.
can see is Saving Private Ryan. Thinking that I'm standing where this was going on.
Yeah.
I'm
jumping out of the same planes these guys are jumping out of. I wore the same uniform to try to get a little more for the people watching for the reenactment phase.
Right.
I mean, we didn't use old shoes, thank God. Safety first. But other than that, and my buddies from Horse Soldier and we jumped, and they jumped in bottles of bourbon, and I jumped in cigars. And if you go to Blanco, David Blanco on YouTube, or not YouTube, David Blanco on Facebook, you'll be able to see my GoPro video and all the stuff that I did. And I'm going to be doing the same video segment for Market Garden, but I haven't been home yet to edit that video for my GoPro. So that'll probably be up in a week since I'm going home finally. But you can see the one from D-Day. Unbelievable.
What?
That is crazy.
And then I go right back to cigars, and I start to go to events and shops all over Europe with my distributors.
No, your life seems to reenact your career these days. What you're doing on. So you're in the military. You get out of the military. How do you end up doing cigars?
Well, I stayed reserved. I joined the fire department, and after I left the sheriff's department, and as any good fireman,
What made you go from sheriff's to fire department? It's usually not
I wanted to be a cop. Remember, so I went and I did my criminal justice. So I started off the sheriff's department, and you put your name as a civil servant. Those of you guys that are out there that either serve police, fire, or anything like that, when you're trying to get on the job somewhere, you put your name on every list possible.
Right.
So I put my name on every list possible. The county called me first, and then Chicago called me about a year later, and both called me. Chicago Police and Chicago Fire were hiring at the same time.
Oh, you're like a whole TV network show. It's all gone on at once.
So at that time, after working for Cook County, and I was at 26 in Cal for a while, and then I worked with the Sheriff's Work Alternative Program, and I did some time at the academy teaching firearms and stuff because of my background. I was like, I don't want to have anything to do with this judicial system. It's broken. So
in Chicago, absolutely.
Yeah. So I said, I think I'm going to go to the fire department. And because I was a paramedic, I was hired as a paramedic, and I worked the ambulances, and I was there for 7 years. So you asked me, how do I start my company? As any good firefighter, paramedic, anybody in that side of the house knows, we all have side jobs because we work 24-hour shifts. So my side job, I started my cigar company with my father and my uncle. Couldn't do it alone. I was in my mid-20s. Couldn't afford to do this on my own. I went all in.
Why didn't you go into retail? What made you say I wanted to make cigars? That's a leap. If your family's not tied to it.
Well, it was. That's the deal.
That's what I'm saying. If your family, you leap.
Yeah. So my family. Yeah, my family was tied to it. My family had a history and heritage in Cuba of growing tobacco and making cigars.
So it was. There you go.
Yeah, there it was. So I was just like, well, let's get back into the business, and it was predicated by the yuppies jumping back into cigars. If you remember, in the mid '90s, there was this cigar boom.
97.
Yeah.
Right. So
96, 97, 98.
I incorporated in 98.
There you go.
So I suddenly became the subject matter expert from all my friends nobody my age was smoking cigars, and then suddenly everybody my age was smoking cigars. And they knew that I smoked cigars. I was like, hey, what's a good cigar? What's a bad cigar? How do you cut a cigar? The next thing was, can you get us some cigars? Doesn't your family make cigars in Nicaragua? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I see a business model opportunity here. Talked to my father, my uncle. We all got together. We opened up a factory in Ybor City, and my uncle was running it. His name's Francisco. He was also a Vietnam veteran, 20-year veteran, and we started galloping down the road. My father handled legal and all that stuff, administrative. I handled blending, design of products, sales, and stuff. So we all had our hat to wear. 2 years into it, my uncle comes down with a medical problem as a result of Agent Orange exposure after 20 years, and he suddenly can't walk. So we have to close the factory.
Are you getting sound?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is that my phone?
It's usually not.
I don't know.
It's a
Baseball or
commercial.
Yeah, do you hear
I
it,
will
Colin?
just talk louder.
You don't hear it? Is it that TV?
I don't know. No.
Let's see what happens.
Nope.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, I do. It's way in the background.
It's definitely a commercial for...
It's very faint, but yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
So anyway...
It's usually not this bad. Usually I get a little bit, but...
What is it?
It's
from another show?
It's cross-feed,
Yeah, it's
basically
feedback.
what it is.
Feed-
Yeah, it's
feed from
cross-feed.
something else.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now, are we just hearing it, or are our listeners hearing it?
They're probably not able to pick it up.
So they're probably like, what the
Hey,
fuck
that guy
are they
who's listening,
talking
that one
about?
guy who's listening to the show, call in and let us know if you hear it. So we closed our factory 2 years in because my uncle couldn't handle anymore. And that's when we called up our other family, our cousins, the Placencias. My father and Nestor Sr. are cousins.
Are they like first cousins or like...
second cousins.
Okay.
So we call them up and we're like, hey, can we just shift production to your facility? And they're like, come on down. That was 2000. That was in 2000. So I've been at that factory now.
Almost 20 years, yeah.
So we've been working, killing it.
And the cigars are still made there.
Still made there. We actually closed our company for 2 years because 1 year later, 9/11 happened. Right? My father goes to Iraq. I go to Afghanistan.
Jeez.
So we had to close for 2 years. Come back 2004, it's like starting all over again.
Literally.
Literally. I mean, all my sales reps were independent, and they all evaporated and took other
Scattered,
brands.
yeah.
So I had to hit the road on my own and beat it up. You know, and that's, I think, when I started asking you if you'd sell my cigars, and you said, no.
Literally every trade show.
That's right. You told me
every trade show. And who was that lady that worked with you? Because she was a dog. I mean, she was relentless on me. We're going back like
a pit
15
bull,
plus years.
Yeah, there were a couple that worked with
I gotta find her picture. Tracy?
Alicia.
No.
Then it was Isabel.
No.
Those were the two, man. The Polish girl or the Puerto Rican girl?
Tickle.
I don't think she was Latin, or she didn't look Latin.
Then she was Polish. That's Alicia.
Was that her name, Alicia?
Yeah, Alicia. She was from Norwich.
Pull up her Facebook profile. Let me see.
Oh my God.
But she would hunt me down.
It's Alicia.
Yeah, she would literally hunt me. Like, you sicked her on me, and she never let go for years.
Yeah.
Years.
Oh, yeah.
What are you carrying stuff? Come on. She would trap me in elevators. Well, I'm not kidding you. Like I'd literally be in an elevator by myself. The door would be closing, and her hand would slide in between the thing. It's like, hey, Abe. Oh, she was good. She was good. She had to generate
Apparently
a lot
not good enough because you still said no.
Well, we were growing. We were investing. I mean, it was...
So were we.
Yeah, so it's tough. Today, I could be a lot more liberal in trying new brands than I could,
Well, here I am 22 years later. I like to tell people that all the time. I'm a 22-year overnight success.
Yeah, right.
Sweet.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds about like the cigar industry, 100%.
Yeah.
22 years, just to get anywhere or somewhere, or just even to find a foothold.
That's right. That's right. But now we're growing like a weed. We're in, 15 countries, something like that in Europe. Asia. We have countries in Africa we sell to. We're opening up the Middle East this year. Canada, Caribbean, the United States. I'm going to be going to Vietnam and Thailand in January. They already sell our product over there. Malaysia has our product. I mean, Australia used to have our product. I think they're going to taper off because they're just almost making it impossible to sell over there.
It is.
But other than that, Antarctica is the only place I don't sell cigars. So, I mean, I'm working on the penguins.
What are you doing, man?
I know, the penguins, I can't get them to smoke. I'm trying. But other than that, we're selling everywhere.
What would you say
I'm on the road so much.
is the most surprising growing market that you're in?
Pakistan.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so, too.
Yeah.
When the guy called me up in Pakistan, he goes, Dave, we're going to import your cigars if we can, and we'd love to do business. I was like, okay, really? There's a market in Pakistan? He goes, well, I'm going to be the importer, the distributor, and the retailer, and I'm opening up 5 stores or something like that.
So this is recent development.
About a year ago, year and a half.
How's it been doing?
He's reordered.
No way.
Yeah. So I would have to say that area of the planet and Asia. Now, Vietnam is growing and all those places, but, there's other markets that when you sell to Asia, like, say, Vietnam or something like that, I don't know where my cigars go from there.
Right.
Who knows where they go? So is the consumption all in Vietnam, or are they making their way into Laos, Cambodia, China? Who knows?
Sure.
All I know is they're selling them.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And people are smoking them.
And Africa, we're trying to open up Angola. I've been talking to a guy over there in Angola. We're in the Congo. I mean, we're in the Congo. I'm selling cigars in the
Congo.
Well, no, we had the same thing when we had the Hiram and Solomon guys on, and they had the guy from the Congo called...
Same guy.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Probably the same guy.
Same guy. No, well, for those of you that don't know, I work with Hiram and Solomon.
Yeah.
I blend their cigars. We make their cigars at the Placencia factory for them. We import their cigars. And I actually am in charge of all of their international distribution. So, yeah, it is the same guy in the Congo that sells stuff. So.
I don't think there's a lot of guys in the Congo, but there's probably definitely
No,
one.
it's just him.
Yeah.
It's just him.
It's just him and the snakes.
Yeah, he's in Kinshasa.
And the gorillas.
Yeah, the Kinshasa is the
gorillas are big consumers of cigars.
Hey, man. Hey, they may eat it. I don't know. They may eat them like lettuce. So we're growing markets all over the place. That's why I spent so much time in Europe. I was in Sweden, Denmark, border there with Germany. We're in Holland. I'm going back and forth, different companies, countries. So we're growing.
There's a lot of good stuff going on there. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, more with David Blanco of Blanco Cigars. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
We are family. Stop right there. A, I hate the song. B, I can't sing. Dan Blunt here for Alec Bradley Cigars. I'm making a point, though, and that's Alec Bradley Cigars is a family operation. Alan Rubin named the company after his two sons, Alec and Bradley, when they were just tykes. Now they're grown up, working alongside their dad, making the best damn cigars you ever smoked. So join the family. Alec Bradley Cigars.
Fuel your soul and experience inspiration with the Aging Room Quattro series by Rafael Nodal. More than just a master blender, but the inspired composer of 4 boutique masterpieces for the sophisticated palate of an aficionado. The Aging Room Quattro series are a perfect chord of flavor and aroma, and are born from the best tobaccos, aged under the expertise of one of the greatest names in cigar making. Truly the perfect notes for a genuine cigar smoking experience. Aging Room Quattro series, a quartet of excellence.
Hoya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade-grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial today.
CLE Cigar Company presents CLE Cigars, Aroa Cigars, and Asylum Cigars. With 4 generations and over 120 years of experience in tobacco. From seed to smoke, these cigars are produced in Honduras and Nicaragua, with the utmost care and precision possible. CLE Cigar Company introduces a vast array of tobaccos in various sizes to bring the highest quality of premium tobacco direct for your enjoyment. Visit clecigars.com for more information.
Since their humble beginnings in 1998, Drew Estate has believed that the production floor is the crossroads between art and passion, and where the real magic takes place. Drew Estate Master Blender Willie Herrera has crafted a unique medium-bodied line extension that is creamy, lush, and ultra-smooth, and finished off with a flawless shade wrapper that delivers satisfaction in spades. Continuing the story from their factory floor, it is with great bravado that the Drew Estate presents Under Crown Shade, a true Drew experience.
For hundreds of years, the indigenous people of the Dominican Republic took tobacco and rolled it tightly into palm leaves. These long cylinders of tobacco, called yawa, created different, unique, robust flavors and aromas, and that original Andullo tobacco is now for the first time featured in La Aurora Dominican DNA. Full-bodied, robust, spicy, and elegant, La Aurora Dominican DNA is a return to the roots of Dominican cigar making that only La Aurora can provide. Enjoy the very DNA of the Dominican cigar industry. Look to the lion, La Aurora Cigars. We are Dominican defined.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva. An unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
Ventura Cigar Company is a boutique cigar brand born in sunny Southern California. Ventura Cigar Company is on a mission to create memorable, complex cigar blends that excite the senses and reward discriminating palates. Experience the Cigar Aficionado number 13 cigar of the year. The archetype, Axis Mundi. Rise up, step up, look up, fire up, and leave compromise behind with Ventura Cigar Company. Check them out online at venturacigar.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Well, welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live. I'm Adam K., the Brewmeister. With me, of course, as always, the man, the myth, Mr. Anastasia.
Hello, hello, hello.
And we are here on this lovely Saturday with David Blanco of Blanco Cigars. David, thanks for being here on this.
Baba Booey. Can I say that?
Yes. Yeah. Sure, I don't think it's trademarked.
Yeah, I think
Maybe,
so.
probably.
Yeah, I'm just messing.
Okay.
That's an old school reference there for those of you that don't know. To
I
who?
know it.
Anybody? Anybody?
I know it.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
To whom?
Howard.
There you go.
Yeah.
Howard Stern.
Come on.
Hey, listen, you'd be surprised. I say stuff all the time. People go, I don't understand what you mean. Music.
That's funny.
You know,
our listeners said they couldn't hear that sound. It's the voices in Abe's head.
There you go. You make reference to movies and lyrics and songs and stuff like that, and they go, I don't understand what you're talking about. And then that's when you know you're old. That's when you know you're old.
Unfortunately, he's the only person who gets about 90% of my references.
Well, you're about the same age?
No.
Oh, and he gets them.
About 90%.
This is why Family Guy is so successful with guys our age. Because all his references, he's the same age we are.
Yeah, we relate to.
And we can understand all the inside jokes that go right over people's heads.
Yeah.
TV shows and commercials or whatever. But anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So we have this new line you're coming out with here in front of us.
It was just released the beginning of September.
I'm going to take these out of cello for the
Go ahead, bro.
camera, right?
Yeah.
It never looks as good in cello.
Now, did you launch this at the trade show?
I wanted to have it at the trade show for pre-orders, but we didn't get the bands. The printing wasn't right with the bands, so I didn't show it. I talked about it. I had some photos because we were able to get them reprinted, but we couldn't get them up from Nicaragua in time.
Got it.
So I did show it to him. I said, this is going to be available in a month and a half or whatever. And we got them released at the beginning of September, and people received them beginning of September.
Now, what is the base of the blend here? We're talking...
Well, the name of the brand...
Yeah, let's talk about the brand. This is a good-looking cigar. I want to make sure I get
The name of the brand is
right there.
Above and Beyond by Blanco Cigars.
Now, that's the name of the series, is Above and Beyond,
right? The brand.
So,
the entire brand.
So this brand is going to consist of a series of multiple different lines,
yep.
correct?
This is the first of 4.
4 for the series.
Yep. And this series, I wanted to start with the culmination of all of what the series is going to be about. What that means is that the Above and Beyond is a reference to those civil servants, police, fire, EMS, military, that go above and beyond in the service of our country. And heroes, for those of you that understand the actual definition, are those that don't survive it. Those that pay the ultimate price, that sacrifice themselves.
Is that what this representative
Correct.
of this?
I'll go over everything
okay.
that represents everything. So that's why heroes, I wanted to pay homage and respect and honor to them. And when you smoke this, I always tell people, most people know somebody. And think of them and honor them and smoke it because they're not able to. They sacrifice themselves so that you could have and live the life that you live. Or saved somebody in the service of their line of doing their job. So we made it all box pressed. There's 4 sizes. 4 sizes, and the names of them represent the 4 types of heroes by definition. Classic, epic, willing, and unwilling. Those are the 4 types of heroes, if you want to look them up.
Is that like a definitive thing? Like an actual, I don't even know that.
Absolutely. I mean, you just look them up. Look at classic hero or epic hero or willing hero, unwilling hero. Sometimes people are thrust into something.
Totally get willing and unwilling. Yeah. But what's the difference between classic and epic?
We start looking at mythology and stuff like that, and people who have their whole lives they've been put in certain positions, and they always rise to the occasion, and they're always seen as the hero.
That would be classic.
Correct. So there's different definitions. You can read about them, but they're like 2-3 lines. But we wanted to make sure.
I love this guy. He doesn't want to explain. Just read about it.
We just wanted to make sure. But it gives you some information. It's something to do. Yeah, that's right. So we made them box pressed because it's emblematic of a coffin, what the hero's placed in. We have it in black and silver. Black because of the color for mourning. Silver, we wanted to make the U.S. flag because it matched with the black. And then the name Blanco is one of the stripes. And then we colored the name Blanco to represent all of the services. Police in blue, fire and EMS in red, and gold represents all of the armed forces.
Army, and you have the 3 symbols on the back.
And we did. We put them on the back. We put the Maltese cross for the fire department, the badge for the police, and then the gold star with the circle around it represents all military services. Now, what you probably didn't catch on there is that there's some writing.
I did catch it, but I got really bad eyes.
Okay, so behind all of that, on the basis of this band all the way across, is the oath of office that we all take to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, blah, 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 so help me God.
Is it the whole one?
It's the whole thing.
No.
Yes, sir. I put it all in the background.
That's awesome.
It's always in the background because that's what it is, in the back of our minds. When we take the oath, this is what we remember. And that's what heroes do when they support and defend the Constitution and give their life. So, we also put this last thing I want to talk about, which you're getting out of the cellophane right now.
I'm trying to get it out.
Is a conical.
Have you seen the size of my pinky?
I know. I know. It's true.
Go grab it. Get it with your pinky. Have you seen the size of my pinky?
It's a conical band, which is, as far as I could tell,
not comical.
Conical.
Yes.
Like conical.
Yes.
Cone, which has never been done before, as far as I could tell, because I've done some research on this. That is emblematic of the flag that is given to the family of the hero at his memorial or his burial, representing his service to his country, and is presented to the family. So we wanted to make these all torpedo for that reason, so we could present this cigar with the representation of the folded flag in honoring their service and the giving of their life. And we are going to be giving, and we're searching for some different, and talking to some different organizations right now to donate a portion of the proceeds to survivors of heroes' families, because I think that's probably the right thing to do.
So I got a
as
question.
far as giving back to those, and this was one way that I thought I could do it. And I used to do that with another brand I made called the American Legion cigar.
Oh, you gave it to the Legion?
Yeah, I gave all the proceeds to the Legion.
Oh,
on that
really?
one. Unfortunately, we could not continue with that cigar because there was a lefty side of that
Legion
organization that is anti-smoking, and they didn't want their name in their organization. So we stopped making that cigar. However, we used this. People, just pleaded with us, don't let go of that blend. We love that cigar. And when I told them we had to stop making it, they're like, well, we love the blend. So I used that blend for this cigar. So this cigar.
How long ago did you stop making that blend?
2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
2.5 years ago, something like that. I stopped selling it. So this is bringing back the American Legion. Those were only in 3 sizes: Robusto, Toro, and 6x60. So we changed the format. We box pressed them. We made them all torpedoes. And the other size that I have there, the Epic, I've done some more research. I don't know how many you're familiar with, but it's a 6x60 box press torpedo. How many of those do you see? I don't see many. I actually did some research to find them. I couldn't. We actually had to make the mold for that because even Placencia didn't have a 6x60 torpedo mold.
Yeah, there's 6x60 torpedoes, but not box press.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So we had to make the mold for that. So we tried to make
this.
Is
this 6x60?
The Epic. There should be 4 sizes you have there.
Oh, he has it. There you go.
There you go.
I was going to say, this one didn't feel like it. This one definitely is.
It's a 5x54, 6x54, 7x54, and then there you got the 6x60. So this, so the other 3 lines are going to represent each of the other services that we talked about.
When do you plan on releasing those?
I'm going to try to do one next year.
Now, I know
one on every year.
Nowhere on the band is the line name. Is the band going to stay the same for all?
They will be different colors.
But stay the same, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
So the fire band, the one for the fire department line, which is going to be called Fire Eaters.
Red.
It'll be red. And then
blue.
Peacekeepers will be in blue. And then gold will be the Warriors, which is the military, all the services. And will represent 4 different sizes. They will not be box pressed. They will not necessarily.
Right. The cigar itself may change.
And they're not going to be the same blend, obviously, and they're not going to be torpedoed. The torpedo was only because we wanted to do the flag on that. So for us, it has a lot of meaning. And as I mentioned to you guys before, I've worn all those hats. I was in the fire department. I was in the police department as a deputy sheriff.
When I first saw this post online, I made a stupid comment I ended up deleting because I just didn't really take the time to look at what was going on. I didn't think of it. But it looked like all the little cigars had little party hats. I'm like, oh, they're so happy. Look at their happy cigars. And then then he explained what
they're going to a birthday party.
He explained about the flag, and I'm like, oh, let me delete that.
I'm gonna not.
Get that post. Yeah.
So anyway, we've got great reception. Now, I only intended on releasing this in the United States because it's obviously very patriotic, right? Well, the minute I talked about it and we put any photos up on it, they scream for it in Europe. It's already in Holland.
Well, we have
it's already in Sweden.
We have cigars delivered all over the world.
Well, and I realized that, and it wasn't about the cigar. What I ended up explaining to these guys, and we actually did events premiering these in Holland and Sweden, and Germany's next. So what I discussed with these guys, and I realized was, we all have these heroes in our lives. It doesn't matter that you're in the United States. You have police, fire, military, and EMS in Germany, in Holland, in Sweden. They give up their lives too. The fact that it has the U.S. flag is because we're in the United States, and that's where I made this cigar, and that's what it was initially intended. But they all can appreciate, and they all can relate to knowing somebody that may have given their life in police, fire, EMS. So when I went to Sweden in particular, I was smoking with a guy, and he's like, my buddy was a police officer. He was killed. And he goes, I'm going to smoke this and remember to him. And I was like, I get it. It may have a U.S. flag on it, but it doesn't mean U.S. It means the same thing to everybody, no matter what country you're from. So we're honored we can offer this cigar, and we want to make sure we get some funds to some people that could deserve it, and we're looking for the right organizations to work with that, and that's the next step and the last step. They're offered right now only in 5-packs because we're getting them out there through different retailers. So maybe yourself.
They're offered in 5-packs cellophane or in boxes? Or?
Just like the CO cigars.
Or just cellophane in 5-packs.
The next iteration, our next production, is going to be available in boxes of 21. Why?
21 salute.
21 gun salute. That's right. 3 rows of 7. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to get them out to people, and we didn't want to hesitate and hold on to them because we're figuring out the packaging and getting that done. We offer them in 5-packs. We get people interested in them, see if they like them, see which sizes go better, and then our next production level is we can gauge it correctly as to how many we should make of each different size.
I love things that are steeped in meaning and tradition and custom, which the military is, without a doubt, is. And I recently went to a funeral of a veteran and someone in the military, deep in the military, and actually they sent the military people out. And it was kind of really crazy to watch, the whole marching and the coming in the flag. And I'm curious because, there was a 20, we're talking about the 21 gun salute, and they did bring people who shot in the air. What constitutes what kind of number gun salute you get? Is there anything that does it? Because, there wasn't 21 guys at this guy's funeral that did it.
No, there's 7. And they each fired.
There wasn't even 7. I think it was like 2 maybe or 3.
Oh, really? Well, if it's 3, then they fire 7 times.
It was a small accompaniment. Maybe it was like 5 people who came because, this was somewhere not far from our shop. It was the father of one of the women who worked for me.
Whatever the number of guys that are shooting, the actual number of shots fired equals 21.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, so usually there's 7 guys.
Oh, yeah, they did shoot multiple times.
And they shoot 3.
Yes, they shot multiple times.
Ready, aim, fire. Ready, aim, fire. That kind of thing?
Yeah,
aim, fire,
yes.
aim, fire.
So it's just about the 21 shots, the number, the formation of the people.
That's correct.
Got it. That makes sense.
It could be one dude. He fires 21 shots.
Yeah. Has that ever happened? You ever seen that?
That one I've never seen. I've seen 3 guys.
That'd be a lot.
Yeah, I've seen 3 guys, and they shoot 7 times each.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was 3 people who shot. Because I remember, it was like, well, it's going on for a while. I don't remember thinking that. Yeah, but that's what it is. It's 21 shots.
Yeah. That and taps. Those are the 2 things that always happen.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah. So it's an honor and privilege, and I try not to get too emotional when I think about it. But
I can see it. I can see you getting a little bit emotional.
I know people that have given their life. So those cigars mean a lot to me because I know those guys, and I'm here for them, and I'm going to remember them. I wear a bracelet every day of my life, remembering one of my buddies from Afghanistan. This gives me an opportunity to remember them in my art, and this is my art. Cigars are my art. I can't paint. I can't draw. I blend cigars.
I know you can't sing.
So no, I definitely can't sing.
Yeah, I know you can't.
So
sing.
I blend, and this is a way for me to remember those guys and share them with other people that want to do the same things.
Awesome.
That was a really great project.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
I hope everything goes. It gets extremely well received, and everybody really appreciates.
So far, it's blown up.
All the effort and what the actual meanings are, and it does not get overlooked.
Didn't even talk about price. They're like $7.99 to $9.99 or $9.59.
Totally within.
Yeah, $7 to $9. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Definitely in the sweet spot.
Now you're still a commissioned officer, yeah?
I am.
What's the title?
Up until about.
I'm always fascinated with the titles because I get confused who's ranks who and ranks above.
So I was a company commander up until about a couple of weeks ago, and then I had my rated time as a couple months ago, I should say.
Is that like you get a promotion?
Yeah. So I am now a staff officer in a I guess it's a battalion level element. I don't usually talk about too much detail of what I do in the military because sensitivity in today's world that we live in, you have to be a little more sensitive. But my last job was a company commander.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you.
When you get titles like that, is there you get like a raise?
It's all based on rank, and so yeah, it's like a private sergeant, first class. So all those ranks, as the higher you get up in rank, which means more responsibility,
right?
The more money you get paid, and the bigger job you get, and the more headache you have, just like anything else.
So I mean, is the plan to stay?
The plan is to stay as long as I can, continue my job with my company, and it doesn't. Because I've had this. I told you I had to close my company for 2 years.
I know.
I will serve my country as long as they allow me to, and as long as I am able to.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
And mandatory retirement age is 60. So if I can, I got 12 more years if I'm allowed to do so, and I would like to do so. So it's up.
So there's no one in the military after 60? What about these old generals that you see? None of them are older than 60?
There are some waivers at general officer level that they can be extended a few years past that, but that is it. Not anybody other than generals are getting extended past that. And it's only for a few years. But most of them are not beyond 60. No, that's it. 60.
They just look older, don't
yeah,
they?
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, there's a couple that can get there, like 62, 63, 68. I mean, you start going a little older than that. I mean, the president can do whatever he wants, but generally that's it.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, we call it MRD, mandatory retirement date.
Darn.
So yeah, my father retired at 60.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Awesome, man. Thank him too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome stuff.
Thanks.
All right. So I know we're talking about the other cigars, and I know you were saying before we even started that you're coming out with a new cigar for Brian Glenn.
Yes, we're going to be doing another cigar obsession. We're not going to call it the fourth third, guys. Guys, you know, it's the first third, the second third, and the final third.
The fourth third.
It's going to be called the BG Reserve for Brian Glenn. BG Reserve. It's going to be a Mexican San Andreas box pressed, pigtailed, closed foot. All the bells and whistles.
Now is he included in the process?
Yeah, he approves all of the blends. So I'll come up with something, and I'll be like, here, Brian, you got to smoke it and give me a thumbs up, or we're not doing it. And so far, I've never gotten a thumbs down from him yet. And, hey, shout out to Brian and all his guys. He's having a herf at his place today.
I know, man.
And
I saw the burgers he was making.
Bro.
Did you see them in the fridge?
You know how many people are
what
like,
is
hey.
that, bacon wrap?
Yeah, bacon
stuffed burger or something?
Yeah, like beer can burgers.
What?
Dude, I was zooming in on the photo. I couldn't even see. Like, where's there a burger in this pile of whatever is on this plate?
Well, he did those with me at one of my herfs a couple years ago. We looked them at. They were on the barbecue channel, wherever these barbecue guys are. It's called a beer can burger. What you do is you make a huge meatball. You take a beer can, you smash it so it becomes conical.
A cup.
And then you fill it with all this crap, and then you wrap bacon around it. Then you fry, and they put cheese on it. So yeah, I know what those taste like. Brian is a great barbecue master. And
so you can't flip it when you're cooking it.
No, it's never flipped. So everybody was like, Dave, you're coming, right? Because I go to all Brian's herfs. I'm not there.
I'm going to do that this Sunday. You
mean tomorrow?
Me. Yeah,
so
tomorrow.
Make sure you give me your address. I'll be.
Are you here?
I told you I'm going to be in Miami. Yeah.
I don't listen, dude. I'm a terrible listener.
So
people talk all day.
Forget about it.
My son's got soccer.
Talking to me? Forget about it.
My son's got soccer on Sundays. If we get rained out, which I'm thinking he will, I just may go do that.
Yeah, I know how to make them. Listen,
I can make them, bro.
I'm
going to create my own version of it.
You have to mix something in the
I'm
meat,
not going to recreate the Brian Glenn version. I'm going to make the Honest Abe version.
Okay, I got you.
So,
I'll shout out the guys going to his herf. I wish I could be there. Just can't make it. Oh, and I got to give one more shout out because I said I would. At your event that I did 2 days ago at the West Palm Beach store, I ran into the guy that you almost got into a fight with. You thought you were going to get into a fight with. And he was like, I'm the guy from... I'm like, I read that on Facebook and stuff. He's like, yeah, man. So
he came to pick up the care package. I left him a swag pack.
Yes, he did. And he bought a Blanco cigar, and he was telling me who he was. I was like, I will give you a shout-out that we said hello and that you love Blanco cigars.
Well, because when I ran into him, and for those of you who didn't catch this, a couple weeks ago, basically, I was driving down to the West Palm store, and this guy's, like, hunting me down, chasing me down his car. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I said, screw this. And he has a big truck, dualies and everything. I said, let this guy pass me, man. And, I move over. Car rams up next to me, and then he slows down. I was like, he's not passing me. I must have done something to piss this guy off. He starts rolling down the window, and he's shouting it.
That's when you grabbed your gun. I'm
like, seriously? I roll down the window to hear what he's saying, and he's like, dude, I love your show. I listen every week. So we ended up laughing about it. He was actually heading to one of the shops I was going to, and we started talking. I'm like, dude, I thought I was going to have to fight in the middle of Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard with you. I didn't know what was going on. He goes, I'm sorry, bro. I was just excited when I saw you. And I said, listen.
Great guy, by the way.
Nice guy,
really.
Carlos. He hands me his card. He says,
that's right, Carlos.
Nitrogen Sushi Bar and Grill in Jupiter. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm going to be up in Jupiter in the morning Monday. I said, I'll stop by for lunch. He goes, yeah, stop by for lunch.
There you go.
I go Google the address and look it up Monday morning. they're not open for lunch.
Oh.
I'm like, Carlos. Yeah, why didn't you let me go? I was so excited. I wasn't listening. I didn't hear lunch.
You see what you do to people?
So I left.
You see, Abe?
I left in the swag pack in West Palm Beach. I said, listen, I'm just going to leave it in West Palm next time you're there. Pick it up, and you caught him.
And that was when I had the event up there.
Yeah, and super nice guy.
He really is. So, Carlos, you're an outstanding guy, and I hear your sushi place is awesome.
I can't wait to try it.
Nature
Sounds awesome. Yeah, it sounds awesome.
So,
I'm a man of my word, bro.
Going back to this project you're doing with Brian Glenn, Colin wants to know, would you call this a collaboration?
Oh my God! I almost spit up my coffee.
Technically, if Brian is
we had a whole debate with Eric Espinosa for like 30 minutes on what constitutes I feel the word collaboration is now the most abused term in our industry.
Yeah, probably.
Without a doubt. It's just being hoard. It's become now the slut word of our, basically.
Yeah, it's a good marketing tool.
Yeah, it's a collaboration. So let me get this straight. You bought tobacco from a guy that you normally buy from, and now it's a collaboration. It's called buying tobacco. Well, I couldn't get the tobacco. It's called buying tobacco. It's not collaboration.
So Brian has no monetary involvement in cigars.
Never does.
Cigars.
That's always his stance.
He doesn't want to jeopardize his integrity with regard to his reviewing.
Yeah.
However, the collaborative effort begins and ends at, Brian, I'm not going to put Cigar Obsession on this cigar unless you approve this blend and you're happy with it because it's a co-marketed brand. So if you like it, we'll do it, and that's why I consider it a collaboration in that format.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though, business-wise, it's not a collaboration, and nor is he blending it or making it or importing it or has anything to do with the business side of it. Brian will be the first one to tell you he's a professional consumer and reviewer. He doesn't want to get in the retail wholesale business. Doesn't want to get any business at all. But
he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
I've always said one of the top guys, one of the top 2-3 guys in this industry, hands down.
Absolutely. So that's how that works with Brian, and I'm happy to.
When's this going to be released?
I'm trying for January, February. I want to get it out for the spring.
Now, when this is released, how will it be sold through consumers?
It's going to be sold through retailers and websites.
You're going to put it through the retailers.
Yeah, everything's going to be available to retailers and web guys as well.
Okay.
So I mean, we price protect our stuff, so we don't do super discount and all that kind of stuff. It's not like we're going to whore it out online.
So we're still. And when did the original CO?
At least 3-4 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been, I think, 4 years. I could be wrong, but it's around 4 years. Jesus, I can't believe it.
I know time does. It's super fly time.
Wow.
I get it.
It's crazy. What can we say? All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will finish up with Brian.
Brian Glenn? He's
cooking. Brian's here.
He's flipping burgers.
He's flipping burgers. He's busy flipping burgers with David Blanco, Blanco Cigars. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Hi, this is Nish Patel from Rocky Patel Premium Cigars. I want to introduce you guys out to our Old World Reserve Corojo made in a Honduran facility. What a beautiful medium-bodied cigar. When you light it up, it's got a gorgeous white ash, and you get that sweetness from that delicious Corojo wrapper, a little bit of spice, and a lot of nuttiness. Go to your local brick and mortar, check out the Old World Reserve Corojo. You will not be disappointed. Again, what a delicious cigar.
When Dominican passion, artistry, and skill combine with 114 years of family legacy, you don't just have a cigar, you have the cigar. Whether you love the mild, flavorful La Aurora 1987 Connecticut, the spicy 1962 Corojo, the always smooth, sweet La Aurora 1903 Cameroon, or the all-new powerhouse 1985 Maduro, you aren't just enjoying a part of history, you are lighting your own legacy. Flavor, value, family. Be a part of something. Look to the lion. La Aurora Cigars. We are Dominican defined.
Hello, this is Glenn Case, owner of Christoph Cigars. Smoking a cigar is all part of the experience. For me, there's nothing better than gathering with friends after an amazing steak dinner and smoking my GC Signature Series paired with a fine glass of scotch. Good conversation and a few laughs is always better when smoking Christoph. Start enriching your downtime. Go to Christoph.com and click on the Discover Your Christoph tab to find the Christoph cigars that are right for you. Upgrade your downtime with Christoph.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and its master ligador Steve Saka is crafting the very finest cigars available today. One such brand is his Mi Querida, a robust, extremely flavorful liga comprised of rich Nicaraguan leaf hand-rolled in a 100% naturally fermented, heavily broadleaf capa. Earthy and dense, with a long-lasting, slightly dirty finish, Mi Querida is delightfully lush and full-bodied on the palate, offering an extremely satisfying experience for the most passionate of cigar smokers. Ask your tobacconist for Mi Querida today.
With over 20 years in the cigar industry, Eric Espinoza has done it all. He began in retail, became a sales manager, developed and owns his own brands, and today is internationally known as a manufacturer of top-quality premium cigars. Nothing gives Eric more pleasure than to be able to make his own cigars for consumers worldwide to enjoy. Experience cigars made in the Espinoza way. La Ranja Reserva, Murcielago, 601, and Espinosa Habano, and Connecticut. For more information, visit EspinozaCigars.com.
On a remote island in the center of Nicaragua's largest freshwater lake is a small valley that rests between two active volcanoes. This is the island of Ometepe, and it produces some of the rarest and most flavorful tobaccos in the world. Rafael Nadal, creator of the brand Aging Room, has issued Ometepe tobacco to create his newest masterpiece, the Aging Room Bin No. 2. Why not experience one of the most complex and elegant flavor journeys available and pick up a bin No. 2 today? Surgeon General warning, cigar smoking can cause cancer of the mouth and throat even if you do not inhale.
Awarded the 2014 Nicaraguan Cigar of the Year with numerous 90-plus ratings, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Cigar celebrates Tabacalera Perdomo's 20 years as one of Nicaragua's largest premium cigar manufacturers. Using only the highest priming exclusively by the Perdomo family, the 20th Anniversary Cigar has a tremendous profile with layer upon layer of rich, elegant, complex flavors. Visit your nearest authorized tobacconist today and experience the masterful blend of these Nicaraguan puros. Now available in extremely limited edition pyramid size in sun-grown or Maduro.
Great and fun times are always made better with great food. Come experience the new menu by Rum Shack at the world-famous Spearmint Rhino in West Palm Beach, featuring exciting new and delicious offerings. Experience their 1-pound New York strip steak special for just under $15 daily until 10 p.m. Enjoy a fine lunch without breaking your wallet every Tuesday and Saturday from their $7 lunch menu. No matter the time or day, the kitchen is open till close at Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live. I am Adam K, the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Dave.
It's been a fast show.
Oh, yeah.
We're already last segment.
Yes, we are.
Damn. Where's Coop this week?
He couldn't make it.
What's up? Is he all right?
I think. I don't know. Paul didn't tell me. He just told me that he wasn't unavailable.
Coop.
Maybe he's at Brian Glenn's Herf.
Wow.
He could be.
It wouldn't shock me.
That wouldn't shock me either. He's everywhere. Mm-hmm. William Cooper's like savoir-faire. He's everywhere. You don't know that reference?
You didn't get
Look,
that. Look,
I got him. I stumped him.
You got him.
I stumped the Brewmeister with savoir-faire.
He's
got a soundbite for that? I know Colin's looking already. I can tell.
You got it?
What?
No?
You don't even know the reference, do you?
You keep using that word.
No, you don't know the reference, do you?
No.
It's a cartoon.
You and I got it.
Savoir-faire is everywhere.
You got to say it with a French accent.
Yeah, that's why French is my accent, guys. Yeah, that's about as French as my accent. It was a cartoon. It was a famous cartoon.
French accent.
Like cartoon show or?
It was. He was a character in which series Savoir-faire? He was a character. He was like a villain, or maybe he was a good guy. But no matter what, he would be in somewhere to save someone. It's like, how'd you get here? Savoir-faire is everywhere.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. Google it, Colin. Find out for us. Savoir-faire.
Was it Bugs Bunny? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't one of those. It was either like somebody in our group's got to know. They're gonna post it.
Hey, well, I'm sure.
But the comments never show up like in real time in our Facebook. I don't know why.
So for those of you guys that want to know more about Blanco cigars, I got to just put this out there real quick.
We're not going to talk about stuff. We're going to talk back about cigars. I thought we were on a good topic.
You can do savoir-faire.
I'm just kidding.
It's real quick, David. While you're looking it up.
No, go ahead. Talk about the tours.
We can talk about the tours, too. If you want to follow Dave Blanco or...
Underdog. Thank you.
Oh, it was Underdog.
Thank you, Bob. I knew one of the guys. Underdog. He was the villain in Underdog.
He's like, who's Underdog?
No,
All
I am familiar with
Save the day. That's right. Underdog, right?
They made a real-time
Was
movie
it
with
before
that
or
a couple of
after
years
the
ago,
Banana
I feel.
Splits?
Oh man, dude! Na 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 na.
That's right.
Na 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 na. I used to love the banana. One
That was
banana,
lunchtime,
two banana,
man.
3 banana, 4. Yeah. Man, we're going back.
Yeah, I was a kid. We're talking 45 years ago.
Half my audience has got to be like, "What the fuck are they talking about? Is this dessert or what?" Banana splits. Holy cow.
Blanco Cigars. David Blanco 007. That's Instagram. If you want to follow me on Facebook, don't follow or try to friend me because my personal profile is maxed out with like hundreds of people waiting. I have a public profile though, David Blanco. Look under pages.
Let me ask you a question because I tried to create.
And then there's
myself.
Blanco Cigar Fans. That's the other one.
I tried to create a public. I tried to create a public profile myself because I got
It's a page. It's a page.
I got 1,000 requests. I never go through them all, and it's just terrible.
Horrible.
But I did actually create one, and then I canceled it right away because I couldn't get into the groups. Like I couldn't post in CO Fans. They won't accept a public.
There's some that you can post as somebody else. Like
I couldn't figure out how to make it work because once I wanted to get in the group fans I was in, like CO Fans. And I'm like, hey, invite me. I was like, I don't see it.
That's personal.
You can't do it. It's got to be a personal person. So that's why I opted not to do it. I just gave it up.
Well, it's a way to communicate with people that they can follow you, but you can only max out at 5,000 in the personal profile. So how do I bridge that gap?
And if I accepted everybody, I'd be past it. So I don't. And honestly, I just don't have time to scroll through the whatever.
Yeah, that's what I do. So we have Blanco Cigar Fans page.
But then I wouldn't be able to be involved in like CO groups with that page.
Well, I make myself available with my personal profile.
You have 2 accounts.
I have 3. Blanco Cigar Fans.
That's just too much work.
Do you have 4 phones to make sure you get all of it?
No, I can do it all in one. I got the iPhone, so I'm good.
There's lots of references to last week's show.
Oh, again, I missed it. Was it Eric? It was Eric.
No, it was Lars.
Oh, jeez. I missed it last week. Wow, Lars. Talk about blast from the past.
Honestly, interesting guy.
I hope he's doing well.
You know what? I don't think he's
Lars is Lars.
The dude's on his own path.
I know. He's always been on his own path. I've known him for a long time.
And
not well, but I've known him.
He's just one of those surreal characters.
Did you know him when he was with Musashi?
I didn't know him. Listen to me. When I got into business, because you're talking about when we got in during the boom, whatever, right? Yeah. He was like
in the background.
Not in the background, but he was like one of the hottest brands I used to sell when I started servicing Chicago. Do you remember? Because I keep forgetting we never talked about Bob Ash cigars?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well that's how I got in the cigar business back then.
With Bob Ash?
Yeah, he was a wholesaler.
But yeah, he was working with the guy from Cigar.
Before Mitch.
Yeah, but didn't they have the wholesale together?
At some point it merged, but Bob was running his own show for a while.
Is he still in Skokie?
Well, now he's a retailer.
Yeah,
he's got a place called the Cigary, right?
Yeah, in Skokie.
But when he was out in Wilmette, he had a place called Bob Ash Cigars, and that's who sold. I mean, I didn't even have a tobacco license, back then. I'd walk in with cash, say, Bob, I need to buy some cigars, and right, and he sold it. But when Lars Teton came in, as many as I could get, gold, gone. Everybody was smoking them. It was insane, and then he just fell off the face of the map, whatever. And I've never met this guy, so to sit.
This was the first time?
To sit 30 years later,
bro.
right, whatever it is, 20-some years later, and to finally sit with a guy who used to sell tons of his product when I just got into business, had no clue what was going on. All I know is this aromatic cigar that has flavor and
I noticed you said aromatic. You can't say infused.
I've always called his cigars aromatic because that's how I felt they were. They're aromatic cigars. And I did that back 20-some years ago when I was selling the crap out of them. Mm-hmm. And to sit 20-some years later and actually meet this guy face-to-face, it was a little weird.
It would have been better to meet him at least once then, and then now to see it change.
Mm-hmm. But I was nobody then, man. I was a 20-year-old kid, illegally buying cigars from a wholesaler and putting them anywhere I could put them, I mean, literally, it's like I didn't get an invoice, no tax, no cash, no license, no nothing.
That's Bob for you.
Yeah, well.
But
Bob who?
Yeah. $10 if you want to sit in my lounge and smoke a cigar.
Man, it's beyond. It's way past the terms of limitation.
Yeah.
The statute of limitations.
Bob Ash. Wow.
Yeah.
His son, I think, is running the shop now most of the time.
Bob's.
Is he still involved?
Listen,
you talk to him?
When I went to Chicago, I'll go there. Mm-hmm. But we were very close, and I run into. But every now and then, once a year.
Aaron's his son. Once
a year, we'll touch base. And Aaron and I have a great story. It's called the Taco Story. You ever see Aaron Nash go? He wants to know if you want a taco.
Oh, I'll definitely tell him. I might go see him.
We were out drinking at this blues bar one night, and it was out late, and there was a guy just so drunk, and me and him are like, dude, you can't let this guy drive home. And the bar didn't want to do nothing about it. I mean, so I said, what do you want to do? Because I don't know. So I'm not going to start a fight with the guy. So as
you lured him with a taco. Burrito Palace.
Listen, this is a true story. As we're leaving, it was some blues bar. As we're leaving, this guy is like literally trying to unlock the car, and his head keeps bouncing against the car door because he can't stand up straight.
Oh no!
And I'm like, dude, there's no way. If this guy wrecks and I read about it the next day, I'm gonna feel terrible. So we went up to him and said, dude, you can't drive. Come on, just hop in the car, man. We'll take you home. Just whatever, we'll take you home. So we get him in the car, and all he starts screaming about is, we gotta go to Taco Bell. I need a taco. Come on, give me a taco. We gotta get a taco. And you know Aaron?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. He's like, I got your fucking taco, but shut the fuck up. I'm driving you home. So, I mean, this is a true story. I mean, it's gonna be like 4:35 in the morning, and it wasn't a far drive. But this guy won't shut up about this taco the way. And we finally get him to his house, and we don't know what to do. I'm like, you ring the doorbell. I'm not ringing the doorbell. You ring the doorbell. Well, why don't we just ring the doorbell and like leave him?
Ding dong ditch.
Yeah, because he'll drop on the floor. This guy can't stand up. He's literally on my shoulder and his shoulder, and we're arguing who's gonna ring the doorbell because I don't want to deal with this guy's wife. As we're debating with this, the lights come on.
That's it.
Door swings open, literally like the movies. Woman's head's in rollers. She's got a rolling pin in her hand. Who the fuck are you? What are you doing with my fucking husband? So she's looking at us thinking like we're the culprits.
We're robbing him.
Yeah, we're the culprits that have been like having him out all night drinking. And we're like, lady, we're just bringing him home. Bringing him from where? Where? And we literally dropped him. We dropped him. We went in the car and took off.
Sack of potatoes.
How did you figure out where the guy lived?
He took his wallet.
He took his wallet?
His wallet, yeah. He opened his
so
wallet.
you did rob him. Did you leave him with his shoes at least?
The funny story is after all that shit, we ended up going to Taco Bell anyway to get a taco. Great
the guy
story.
just kept saying it so much you had to.
Oh, God.
Learned early in life, man. No good deed goes unpunished.
Oh, God.
This woman was ready to crack our heads open because.
How old was she?
You know what's funny is when I look back on that, everything is warped, right?
Yeah.
Because when you think of a guy at 40 or 50 years old, like,
he's an
old
old guy.
as hell, right?
Yeah.
It's like, wait a second, I'm 40, I'm not old enough, So it's warped, but like I was at that time. I'm gonna guess I moved here when I was 26. I gotta be like 24ish. 24, right when I started getting into cigars. I was 24ish, so that guy probably was like mid 30s.
Wow.
Mid 30s. He wasn't that old, but he was obliterated. But literally, we
saved
knew
his life.
We knew if he got in that car. That dude was. Even if no one was on the road, he'd wrap that car around.
You know what we call you that day? An unwilling hero.
Yes, we were very unwilling.
But you survived. Barely.
We're on a mission
but
from
you survived.
We were very unwilling.
We're on a mission from God. I love that reference. Anybody?
Blues Brothers.
All right, thank you.
But seriously, 20-some years later, and that's like the first thing Aaron and I say when we see each other. You want a fucking taco? Fuck you and your taco. It's like the first thing we say.
I will say that to him.
I'm telling you.
I will say that.
Don't even mention my name. He'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, Aaron, I was thinking about getting some tacos. You want to get some tacos?
No, you can't say that. You want a fucking taco?
Oh, I gotta say
like
that. Okay.
Hey, you want a fucking taco? It might take him like 5 seconds, and he'll start cracking up, knowing exactly what you're talking about. That's funny.
Listen, if you guys want to learn more about Blanco Cigars, not only follow me on social media, we also do tours to the factory. Just
talk about the tours. We're telling you during the break. Now, I hear this all the time, but I'm going to give you a moment now to tell your side. Your tours are like no other, because everybody's doing tours.
Yeah.
Yours is like nobody else. You're the David, as you claim, Bourdain of cigar tours.
Yes, but I'm not going to kill myself.
So, thank you.
Yes.
So explain to us.
Too soon?
So, yeah,
a little bit.
Too soon. It was weird because I used to call myself the Anthony Bourdain of cigar tours. Then he killed him.
I say David Bourdain. I apologize.
Then he killed himself, and I was kind of like, oh, can I even say it? Should I say I'm the Anthony Bourdain of cigar tours anymore?
I don't know.
But what I mean by that is, I'm a foodie. I'm from Chicago, so we're foodies, all of us.
We're all foodies.
That's right. And so
it's ingrained from birth.
I love to travel. I love culture. I love exploring. I travel the planet. So I set up my cigar tour like that. It's usually a 5-day tour for U.S. people. But we have 7-day tours for Europeans because of the extra travel time. Our tour, we land obviously in Managua. We go to Granada. We spend the night in Granada. We do boat tours, and we eat at Pirate Island, and we stay there the night in a boutique hotel, and we party. It's only us. Rent the whole hotel. It's 10 of us. We don't do more than 10. Then we go to Esteli. The next day, we do everything cigar from seed to soil. Obviously, the farms. We do a blending session, a rolling session. We do a rum pairing evening. We do all kinds of stuff. And we have a boutique hotel there in the middle of town. And we eat on the market, which means we go to restaurants, or we go to clubs, we go to casinos. We do what the tour wants. It's 10 people. We usually take a vote and say, hey, what do you guys feel like doing? You want to go on the roof and smoke cigars and drink rum, or do you want to go to the casino, or you want to go to the club, or you want to go to the bar? You want to walk around and see the town?
Is there cigar stuff anywhere incorporated in the tour?
Yeah.
Okay, because you seem like you're doing a lot of fun stuff.
That's in the evening. Okay. So during the day, we're doing all the tour stuff at the factory and the farm, but in the evening, what do we do?
So you're not going to drag me out to a tobacco field in the middle of nowhere like 5 times in a week?
No, once. Okay. You see that? You see the greenhouses, you see the farms, it's
Holy
done.
Cow.
It's done.
No, let me go show you this farm.
I never repeat.
Oh, no, let me go show you this section.
I never repeat.
Wow, look, they're green leaves. They look like the other green leaves we're looking at.
Excellent! And then we do a blending session. We teach people about blending, retrohaling. We teach people about that, which a lot of people don't realize.
A lot of people don't do it.
I know.
First off,
nobody learns how.
Some people do. Some people don't like it.
Some people don't know how.
Some people don't know how.
You'd be amazed.
But yeah, no, I mean,
if you ever want to learn how to retrohale,
I love me a good retrohale.
Go to YouTube. I did a YouTube video about a few years ago. I don't even know how many. I have over 70,000 views on how to retrohale a cigar.
Really?
That's how I realized 73,000. That's what I realized. People really don't know. And you ever go to a wine tasting? They teach you how to open the bottle.
Sure. Well, they teach you breathe through the nose.
Aroma, but nobody teaches you.
We're going to Napa.
There you
First
go.
time, actually. My wife and I always wanted to go, and it's been rough, and kids all got new school. She's been really worn down.
You guys are gonna have a great time.
Yeah, we're going to go next month. Our first time ever there.
Good.
And I don't want to put his name out there, but I want to thank him a lot. But I want to put his name out there because I don't want him getting abused by everybody else.
I'll do it.
No, I don't want to. No. He hooked me up. I got a table at French Laundry.
Oh.
Which has always been my bucket list. Because Thomas Keller's brother was actually a customer of ours. Gave us a nice autographed book. I've known about the restaurant for a decade plus, and my wife and I said we always go there.
Making your wife happy. That's good.
Yeah, we got to try to go there. And that place is like 4 months, 5 months sold out. You can't get a table in there. And somebody hooked me up, and we got a dinner reservation for 2. Yeah, I don't want everybody bombarding him.
You know what? People might, and he might get abused.
Yeah, he would definitely get abused.
Oh, yeah.
So when you go out there, you're going to go through all the wine stuff.
Yeah.
And you're going to realize they're going to teach you how to pour the wine.
Yeah.
Get the bouquet, the aroma. When was the last time anybody gave a class on how to smoke a cigar? They teach you how to cut it and light it. That's it.
There's a couple guys in the industry who've done a good job of touring and actually spending that time. I can name a couple people off the top of my head. But very few.
Yeah.
I can count it on my one hand.
So we do all that at the factory part, and then after that, we go to Leon, which is the former capital when the Spaniards owned that country, and we tour that place. And then sometimes we do some cool stuff, like there's volcano surfing or horseback riding or stuff like that. But we don't stay in Leon because it's about 15 minutes from the Pacific Ocean. I have another buddy who has a boutique hotel there, and we rent that hotel, and we spend 2 or 3 days at the beach, depending on how much time we have. And we do.
What do you do at the beach for 2 or 3 days?
Smoke, drink, bonfire, eat seafood, relax. It's a vacation, and that's the difference. It's not just cigar.
Do they book it through you?
Yeah. Well, they call me. They're in. If they're in, they go ahead and give me their name, information. We talk about everything that needs to happen. We have a set date, and then once they book it with us, we handle everything on the ground over there. They just have to get their airfare.
That's all.
That's it. We take care. There's a cost for the tour, which they get through us.
Just curious, what's the cost?
On the 5-day, which is the U.S. one, I think it's like $800.
So
that's everything.
I get it.
Ground transportation, hotels, food, drink, beverage, blah, blah, blah.
$800
cigars.
For 5 days, which covers your end of getting everything done.
Yeah, I think it's $750 or $800.
And they buy their own
airfare.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, the 7 days, $1,000.
That's super reasonable.
Yeah, I don't make. It's not for me to make money on this.
I know what you're doing.
It's to build a brand.
Absolutely.
You build the brand, provide them the experience, and I'm your tour guide. The other thing we do in this, which is unheard of, Abe, is that I do a mystery tour while I'm in Esteli, and I take them to somebody else's factory, and it's always somebody else's.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So one time we did AJ Fernandez.
That's pretty cool.
And we,
my buddy.
Yeah, we go somewhere just to say hello and give them a perspective to see how somebody else does it. But when you go to Plasencia, you see all kinds of brands. It's not just Blanco cigars. You see everybody's stuff over there. Plasencia makes 300 brands, give or take, between all the 4 factories they have.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about Blanco. It's about cigars. It's about the love of the industry.
And where can they learn? Is it on your website where they can learn about these tours?
Yeah, you can go to blancocigars.com and learn more about the tour. Although on that tour, I think we have information about Honduras as well, because we used to do Nicaragua and Honduras together. And I cut that out so we could go to the beach and do some more vacation stuff.
And what time a year is these tours?
We usually do it January, February, and March.
Oh, there you go.
That's we have 2 in February right now. I think we have 2 seats available.
And now you know.
I also need to make this correction as long as we're doing it now. You know, before I forget, because I've read this a while ago, and I hate having misinformation out there. But one of our top fans, Bob, looked it up, and it wasn't Underdog.
Oh, what was it?
Savoir Faire. Ready? This is going to really make you feel old now. Savoir Faire was the villain mouse from Klondike, the cat. Klondike cat. Remember Klondike, the Mountie Klondike cat?
Yes.
I think it was. Yes.
That was with Bullwinkle, and they used to have it
The
play.
Klondike cat was
back to back. Yeah, back to back. They used to play next to
Klondike.
Bullwinkle.
That's a little bit more obscure. I remember Klondike cat, but I don't even remember what he looked like. But I remember the show.
What was the
Klondike
other one?
The cat.
There was a Secret
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a Saturday. That was a different genre.
Was Secret Squirrel Saturday?
There was Saturday morning cartoons and
Morocco
there were
Mole.
after school.
Morocco Mole
after
was
school
sidekick.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Rocky Bullwinkle was a Saturday morning cartoon. And the after school cartoons were like the Thundercats and the.
Actually, I remember watching Rocky Bullwinkle and Underdog right after the Banana Splits every day when I was a kid at noon.
Yeah, Banana Splits was an afternoon one. Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh man, Savoir Faire.
Savoir Faire.
There we go. So I keep trying to get into this. So what is volcano surfing?
Look it up on YouTube, but
look it up on YouTube.
It's because you get to see it. I can tell you all about it, but you basically get on a toboggan and they put you in a suit and you slide down rocks, volcanic rocks. It's like skiing on rocks.
Is this a specially designed toboggan?
Yes, for rocks.
Right.
Yeah, but take a look at it. You can see videos. People
Is
are
it
doing it all the time.
rough?
Yeah, it's rocks. It's a volcano. So, rocks.
So if you go off, you're getting cut up.
Yeah, no, because they put you in that suit. They put you in this
There's
suit.
no suit my size, bro.
Well, I don't know.
There's no suit my size.
Possibly not. You may be right. I don't know. There may be, though. You never know. My question is, there a toboggan your size?
Yes.
We're going to put two and two.
Listen, those we can just use
one for each cheek.
One for each cheek. We're good to go. That's doable. It's like those wooden life rafts. We'll just rope two together,
Now, everybody go look at YouTube, and then you get a visual of that, and that'll be hilarious.
That's funny. But we give advance notice. Maybe you could sew two together for me.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the curse of being a big dude.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to ride a music part ride since I was like 16.
Jeez.
Yeah. I was pretty good until the chest ride. The chest.
The chest.
When the chest things started getting infected.
So no, man.
Because I remember, man.
So no roller coasters for you.
Not in a long time. I can go on the roller coasters that still have the drop bars. Mm-hmm. But
do they let you on the Ferris wheel in Vegas?
Yeah. Asshole. Asshole. But I've always had a big chest and shoulders, so when they invented those drop bars, they got to get to that fourth click.
Yeah,
They never made that fourth click, man. I mean, I think that the first year it came out, whatever, they push real hard. Come on. They got one guy on each side. Hey! Oh, we got it. All right, spin him. He's good. Send him out. But yeah, it was like 1 year after they came out, that wasn't going to the fourth click. Yeah, it was done. So.
All right, with that, David, thank you very much for being here as our special
Awesome
guest
show,
today.
brother. Appreciate
Awesome
it.
Thanks,
show.
man.
Thanks
It's a
for being
pleasure
here.
as always.
show.
Thank you for having me so much.
You talked way too much, man.
Raul, you are too much of a chatterbox.
Shut the fuck up the whole show. It's really annoying. I just want to let you know.
that. And with that, let's see this week who belongs in a cigar insane asylum.
Welcome to the Cigar Asylum,
Did you know I'm utterly insane? We all go a little mad sometimes.
where logic and reason cease to exist.
This week, who belongs in a cigar insane asylum, brought to you by CLE and Asylum Cigars.
I have to say, I'm going to go in this cigar insane asylum, but we never talked about it in the beginning, which we really should, but this recluse caption contest. This is a very interesting
That's
photo
pretty
this
good.
week.
Aren't
Holy
you?
cow.
It's there's a gourd joke in there somewhere.
There's a gourd joke in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's definitely a gourd joke.
There's
in
a
there.
few jokes in
There's
there
a few
somewhere.
jokes in there,
Did
but
somebody take this for the contest?
No, I don't know.
They just found it somewhere.
They found it
yeah,
somewhere.
Paul probably just found it somewhere. But
Oh, that's interesting.
yes, if you don't know what we're talking about, make sure you head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook
Yes.
page. Post your best caption in the Recluse caption contest.
All right, so brought to you by the fine folks at CLE and Asylum Cigars. This week's inductee takes the human-pet relationship to new heights. I don't know if I want to continue reading.
Yeah, you do.
I really don't know if I really want to continue reading. Pia Oldine, 18, lost her horse drifting speed. What's horse drifting speed?
That's the name of the horse.
Oh, got it. Capitalized.
Yeah.
I should have figured it out. That was a verb. Let's try it one more time. Pia Olden, 18, lost her horse drifting speed in 2018 when it was put down due to illness. In a now deleted Facebook post, the keen rider and the apprentice chef revealed her family kept fillets of drifting speed in the freezer. Oh. If I'm going to eat horse meat, it's going to be my own. Wow.
Vivacious.
Pia described how she prepared the dish. This was a real post.
Yeah.
Uploading a photo of the meat mixed together with chili and mango, adding, "It's not better for the meat to be buried and then eaten by worms." The teen, whose family are farmers in Norway, it's not a Florida person, thank God.
Nope, definitely not, thankfully.
Received a huge backlash and even death threats after the post was widely shared on social media. It seems somewhat practical, but then again, would you eat your pet? Congratulations, you are without a doubt this week's inductee of the Cigar Insane Asylum. Is it? First off, I mean, let's just look at this for a second since we have a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Is eating horse meat bad?
It's done all over the world.
It's done all over the world.
Yeah, it's just not acceptable in our culture, but I mean, a lot of people, and in some other cultures too, but I mean, a lot of people do.
So, is it make it worse that you're eating your pet horse meat?
Or does that make it better?
Well, according to her, it makes it better.
Right.
I don't know. The pet thing makes it a little weird because psychologically. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Although, when I was just in Sweden, I had moose, reindeer, and venison. Let me tell you, it was awesome.
But you know,
so not my pets, though.
But a lot of farmers develop relationships with their pigs, or whatever, that they end up slaughtering and eating.
True. It's true.
You
and
know?
they say pigs are really smart, so.
Yeah. Wilbur? No.
Yes.
Orville? Wilbur?
No, it's Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Yeah, Wilbur
From
the
Green
pig.
Acres?
Wilbur
no,
was
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's
Web.
What was the
Wilbur.
Green Acres one? Green
I
Acres.
don't know.
The reference from Pulp Fiction. When they reference the pig, it's got to be one exceptional pig, like the one from Green Acres. What's the pig's name from Green Acres? The smart pig. Oh, it starts with an O. Oh, man. Weird.
Oscar?
No.
Orville?
No.
I don't remember.
That better be one.
Come on, Colin.
Pig.
The pig from Green Acres. Because that's who they referenced from in Pulp
I see
Fiction.
Zsa Zsa like he's yelling his name, but
Arnold?
I can't.
Arnold.
That's right.
Arnold.
Jesus.
Green
Come on, Arnold.
Acres is the place.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jesus, we're pulling everybody out.
Yeah, man.
Show.
Walk down memory lane this episode.
Another.
Are we on next week?
Yes, we are.
Who we have?
Ronnie Heisha of Secreto Cigar Bar.
Has anybody confirmed this fool is coming in?
He ain't now.
I'm
You just called him a fool.
Wow.
You know him?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
God. He's a brother minion. I love that guy. You know, I don't know if he hasn't reached out to me or nothing. He's a retailer in Detroit, but he's like a social media like mega troll and funny. I mean,
What's his name?
Ronnie Heisha.
I don't sell to him.
You're on very nice chat boards. Nothing that he would be in.
Okay. Right. What's the name of his shop?
Secreto Cigar Bar?
No, I don't sell them.
No. He's actually very funny, and we get along. And I actually invited him down. I thought it would be a hilarious show. I said, "Come on, man, we'll put you on the air."
It's an opportunity for getting him out of the cold.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Who wants to be in Detroit? Yes, we got to confirm. Is it him? Is him and Caldwell or?
No, it's right now. From what I'm reading, it is him and Kevin Abbott of Barrel of Monks.
Oh, okay.
My buddy Kevin.
Well, let's see if he actually
Now that
shows
calls for a beer.
up. I got to reach out to him and see if he's coming down.
I know Kevin's coming because they've got a big release they're doing.
Is Paul back?
Yes, I believe
Damn
so.
it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
As of right now, he should be here, or he's supposed to be here.
Somebody's phone.
Wow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good.
Yeah. So we should have a good time. David, thanks for being here. Enjoy
it's
the
real
rest
pleasure.
of your tour. Enjoy going home tomorrow.
I will be.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you very much,
Get
guys.
some rest.
Thank you guys for all you guys do. Thank you for the business, Abe. And as
Absolutely.
always, thank you guys all out there for smoking Blanco cigars. We really appreciate all your support. Can't do it without you.
Good stuff.
Stay smoky.
Absolutely. And until then, and as always, anything else to say?
That's it. Sign us out.
All right. Until then, as always, it's been a great show. We hope you've enjoyed it. Check out the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page.
YouTube.
And the YouTube, in case you missed anything. And the podcast goes up on Monday. And until then, as always, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Cigar Fairy's making rounds.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Keep it lit with KMA Talk Radio.